Broadcast coverage on the Region Sports Network is made possible by Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Visit Michigan City LaPorte. Closer than you think, better than you imagine. Ironworkers Local 395. Proud to be union. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT. Armor Construction, it's time to armor up. Wealth Partners on Main, a partner committed to your financial success. IBEW Local 531, the electrical professionals. Sentier Bank, family owned since 1895. HealthLink, your community health center. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. KIG Senior Solutions, navigating Medicare with confidence. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to live video coverage of Football Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Morton High School as the Morton Governors take on the Chesterton Trojans in Week 2 of the high school football season. I'm Adam Oppenheim. I'll be handling the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me is Coach Boz, producer Kyle Stowers, Israel Cuellar is our camera guy. Well, Coach, Week 2 of the season, what are you looking for both these teams?
Well, it's a beautiful night for football. They got great weather. Morton likes to throw the ball around, so they got good weather. I'm looking to see a lot of playmakers out on the field. It's going to be the speed of Morton versus the fundamental sound Chesterton Trojans.
Well, Morton is 1-0. They won last week at Portage 34-7 for Chesterton. They lost 33-0 versus Hobart at home, so they're looking to get back to 500. Morton looks to improve to 2-0. Well, the key guys to watch for Morton, their quarterback, Amari Price, is a sophomore, but he already has a ton of experience. Coach, when a player's already in his sophomore season and has tons of experience, what does that do for his confidence after starting his freshman year?
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have any jitters out here. Amari got that varsity experience last year. He came out and had a great game in Week 1, so he should light it up.
Price, you mentioned it, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground, did have 1 interception. For Chesterton, Hunter Boyd, who played 10 games last year, had 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and now has a chance to really lead this Trojans team.
Yeah, Boyd comes in with some experience from last year as well, so we should have a great matchup at the quarterback spot. The defensive backs got their work cut out for them on both sides.
Well, with that, we will take a break and be back with some of the key players to watch as you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
Get Pulse Technology on your team and score a touchdown with our managed print and copier services. Cover your bases with our IT and technology solutions, or hit a home run with our wide selection of office supplies. scoreboards, or AV solutions from Pulse Technology. That's a slam dunk. Or go for the grand slam with our office furniture and design services. Get in touch with us today. Pulse Technology, powering Indiana business since 1919.
Strack and Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strack and Van Til.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Is your home ready for a refresh? Trust the cleaning and restoration specialist at MasterClean. For over 40 years, MasterClean has helped Northwest Indiana homeowners keep their homes looking their best. With professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, pet stain and odor removal, and more. With honest pricing and satisfaction guaranteed, you can count on MasterClean to get the job done right. Call 219-662-7838 or visit MasterCleanSelect.com today. MasterClean. Life happens. We help clean it up.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. The Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, 79 degrees, mostly sunny, 5-mile-per-hour winds, and minimal chance of rain. And that's the Friday night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Once again, Adam Oppenheim, Coach Boz with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you all please
rise Coach,
for the playing of our national
before
anthem.
We get to this question, we will take a short break for the national anthem as you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. Well, Coach, I was just about to ask you about Morton's top receiver, Cordero Bennett. He's been so good throughout his high school career, has 16 Division I offers. What are you looking for him at the receiver position?
Well, he's got some God-given gifts. I mean, not often you're going to see a 6'5" or 6'6" receiver at the high school level. Definitely a Division I player, a kid that we're going to see playing on Saturdays, and maybe we'll see playing on Sundays. Chesterton's got their work cut out for them. I was watching him during warm-ups. He seems to be a bit hobbled, but he looks like he's ready to go. He got injured last week and didn't play in the second half. But if he's at full strength tonight, he's going to be tough to stop.
Well, they really didn't need him last week. He had 2 catches but it was a 34-7 win, and it was just a dominant victory by Morton. His Division I offers include Indiana, Purdue. He's the number 1 receiver for the class of 2027 in the state of Indiana. Over to Chesterton. They had to replace a lot of their talent, including their offensive line. They've only have one returner on the offensive line. How key is it to get some of those younger players in and adjusting?
Yeah, well, Chesterton wants to run the ball. They want to run the ball, so these young offensive linemen are going to have to step up. They're going to be fundamentally sound. And Morton is a bit undersized on the defensive line, so they may have him outmanned. As far as size goes, they're going to have to work. They're going to have to put in some work tonight, these young boys.
You mentioned the running game for Chesterton. They ran the ball 62% last year. That might be a little bit higher this season, considering they're very inexperienced on the outside. Their top 2 receivers, Bradley Robinson, had no catches last year, and Colin McCoy just had 3. But for this Morton defense, I mean, they can't take Chesterton lightly.
No, not at all. Not at all. Chesterton's always going to be well coached. Coach does a great job with these young guys, and you know they're going to be prepared. This is a dueling school coming in here to Morton, and they're going to be ready.
Well, the key for Chesterton is getting the ball to Sam Posavic, who is a transfer from Portage. He played on defense mostly last year, had 82 tackles, and is going to be their starting running back, at least for tonight's game. Max Soffin is injured. How different is it? I know you're still handling the ball a little bit on defense, but going from safety to starting running back?
Yeah, a safety just like that running back is going to be a great athlete, a kid that's not afraid to stick his nose in there on defense and tackle, and he's going to be a punisher on with the ball in his hand. So we'll see what the young guy can do. It's still early in the season. Guys are finding their way. They're finding their spots. And let's see if he solidifies his spot at running back today. Chesterton has to put some points on the board. They did not score last week, so maybe a switch at running back is what they need.
Well, for Morton, their defense is pretty inexperienced. They did bring back a ton of returners in the secondary, but especially for linebackers, only one of their 5 starters are returning. I mean, both the line and the linebackers, you got to think, are key to stopping the Chesterton run.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be the matchup because Morton, like I said, they're a little small on the defensive line, and they're a little small in that linebacker spot as far as size goes. So they're going to have to scheme them up, as we say. The coach is going to have to put them in great position, and they're going to have to make some tackles.
So the Governors will receive the first half kickoff, I believe I heard.
Kicker for the Trojans will be number 44.
So Chesterton looking for a bounce-back win. Morton looks to improve to 2-0. Sort of solidify themselves as one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, coach is getting them huddled up at getting the kickoff return team huddled up, and we're ready for some football action.
It's Mac Mischler for Morton, the head coach, and for Chesterton, it's Mark Peterson. He's their head coach, also going to be calling the plays, the offensive coordinator. And it will be Chesterton to kick off with Mace Redmond. Oh, it's the best time of year. August, September, football season.
Absolutely, and we're bouncing back in the region. You know, some teams didn't get to play last week because of the storm and the power outages that we've had. So it's good to get back out here and see these kids put in work, and hopefully these families are doing well. Hopefully everybody is safe. Everybody's home is secured, and hopefully you're back in your home. Just giving my thoughts and prayers to everybody out there that went through something this last few weeks.
And to add on to that, Coach, it was just so many storms passing through northwest Indiana. We thank all the people helping the power lines get back in place so people could get power as that kick goes into the end zone so we can play this great game of football.
Yeah, Hammond did a great job today with their community day representing the first responders and the firefighters and police and all the workers that helped everyone get back into their homes in the last few weeks. So I know some of these kids out here were affected as far as their family and their living situation and their loved ones. So I'm excited to see what they do, and we're ready to roll.
So once again, the starting quarterback for the Morton Governors is Amari Price. Not the usual to have a freshman start all the games on varsity last year.
Well, Amari, he's well experienced. I actually coached that young man in Pop Warner. I coached Amari when he was 10 years old, so I'm excited to see him out here as a varsity quarterback.
And the first pass goes to Mike Walker. That is a short gain. It will set up 2nd and 6, so first play.
Bubble screen to Mike Walker.
Pass.
Mike Walker is a national track kid. He went to the AAU Nationals in track, and I believe he placed in the top 10 in the country. So excited to see his speed out here and how Chesterton's going to match up. They come out in an empty set, 5 wide receivers across.
Price will take the snap. He'll look deep down the field for Daniels, tries to adjust and draws the flag. It will be a pass interference call. Looks like defensive.
Yeah, Mari put it out there for his guy to make a play. We got pass interference. First play, they came out in the 2-back set. The second play, they came out in the 5 wide receiver set. So coach is trying to see how Chesterton matches up to his different formations and looking to take advantage.
You don't see this a lot at the high school level where you have multiple different variations already in the backfield, but that's what happens when you have experience on your offense. You earn a little more trust.
And now they got 1 back in the backfield, so we've got 4 wides, trips to the field, trips to the wide side of the field, and got Bennett down here matched up one-on-one.
Here is Price. He will float it outside to Walker on another screen pass. He got knocked down by his own teammate. It's going to be a 4-yard loss.
It's a good play by Chesterton. Good aggressive play on defense, taking away that bubble screen. Morton trying to get the ball out quickly to their guys in space, and Chesterton is pressing up and being aggressive.
14 from the 35 for the Governors.
You mentioned Mike Walker, first in the Northwest Indiana region, the 100-meter and 200-meter. Had limited carries last year, just 7, but he's been heavily involved in the offense so far. He had 6 carries last week for 33 yards. Price back to pass. He hits it over the middle. Candler will take it up to the 46.
Again, good completion by Price, getting the ball out quickly. They came out with trips again to the field, so coach is going through his script, seeing how Chesterton matches up to his different formations, and now Bennett's coming off, and you can see he's a little gimpy on that leg.
Well, Cordero Bennett, I noticed it when he first came onto the field. He was hobbled a little bit. You mentioned off the top, Coach, didn't play in the second half last week. Sometimes that's just a precaution, especially when the score was a blowout.
Yeah. We got 2 backs again. Price in the gun with 2 backs behind him.
Price will keep it, fake the pitch. He'll get stuffed. Well played by Chesterton's defense in their front line.
Chesterton's flying around. They tried to run a triple option there. Price read the first guy, the defensive end.
4th and 3 for the.
And it looks like Morton's gonna punt.
That's a success for the Chesterton defense after the pass interference. It will be Matthew Chandler back to punt.
Matthew Chandler in punt formation for the Governors.
And Carter Larson is the returner. Punt is off, and it will be caught at the 25-yard line. Cut up fields and right around the 38-yard line. That would actually be Bradley Robinson, and Chesterton's going to have their first turn on offense.
All right, so Chesterton's feeling good. Came out, defense had 1 penalty, but kept Morton's offense pretty bottled up. And now they take over around the 40-yard line. Good field position. And let's see what Chesterton's offense can do.
You got to feel pretty good if you're Mark Peterson. I mean, it seemed like Morton showed a lot of different formations, and the defense held up. That's not easy to do. The last play, a triple option.
Yeah. Yeah, Morton's showed a little diversity there on offense. They tried to run the ball with the triple option, but Chesterton was fundamentally sound. They took away the dive, they took away the pitch, and they tackled the quarterback. So now here we go with Boyd in the shotgun.
Well, Hunter Boyd is a lefty at quarterback. The junior is 6'4", 200. They're going to see a lot of runs and short throws, but this throw's going deep, and he's got a receiver there.
Oh, yeah.
It's hauled in by Brody Lane. How about that?
Hey,
right out of the chute.
Hey, Chesterton out the gate. They faked the screen. So they motioned the fullback out. They faked a quick screen out there and sent that slot guy on a wheel route, and he was wide open.
34-yard line.
Blown coverage by Morton.
How much do you think it affects the defense eyes, though, thinking that Chesterton's going to be throwing screen passes and running the ball most of the game?
Yeah. Boyd's got some experience at quarterback, so coach is looks like he's gonna let him let it rip.
Had just under 1,400 yards last year, 8 touchdowns, 5 picks. Here's a short throw, and that's complete again.
Missed tackles.
And down the sideline and stepped out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Semadai.
Missed tackle out there on the edge by Amir Daniels, looks like number 2. The corner had to make a tackle on, looked like the big fullback slipping out the backfield. He's got to make that play. 2 plays, and now Chesterton's in the red zone.
Well, Chesterton trying to march right down the field on their opening drive. And at least force Morton on their heels right now on defense.
Boyd again in the gun with 3 receivers and a tight end.
Savic to his left. He drops the snap. He regains. He'll find his way up the middle. It's going to end up being a positive gain. So nice play by Boyd to recover.
Savvy play by Boyd. Again, he's got some varsity experience. He didn't panic when he dropped the snap, picked it up, and it probably was a run play up the middle, so he just followed the offensive line where his running back should be going and picked up a few yards.
So Posavic is going to be the main running back. Harper Brown is the backup. He does not have any varsity experience. Posavic on the toss, trying to gain the edge to the corner. Touchdown.
Good run.
Chesterton right down the field on their opening drive. Posavic.
That was a big run there. Chesterton went trips to the field, 3 receivers, but they were big guys. Looked like tight ends there, and they tossed it out there to Posavic, and he made a guy miss and then ran over another guy for a touchdown.
Well, he sure doesn't look like former safety on that play. Just lower the boom right near the goal line.
I told you those safeties are physical, man. He's going to run that ball.
Now on to convert. Trying to convert the extra point is Mace Redmond. And early movement. I think this is going to be a full start.
Flag on the play.
Looked like it was on Morton. So Morton's got to get the jitters out. They got the ball, had a few positive plays on offense, but ultimately stalled out and had to punt. And Chesterton just comes right down the field, right on script, and puts the ball in the end zone. So Morton's going to have to recover here. And this looks like the penalty was on Morton, but Chesterton declined.
Offsides against the Governors is declined on the extra point. 10-28, Mishawaka 7.
So we'll try the extra point again.
Lawrence Central 6, Zionsville 6. Lawrence North got it. Wow. South End Ryder got a safety.
You know, coach declined that penalty. Your kicker's used to kicking from a certain spot. That extra half a yard, he didn't want it.
High snap, but it's put down and kicked through by Redmond. Chesterton takes a 7-0 lead on Morton. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro spot.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. 7-0. The Chesterton Trojans lead the Morton Governors. It will be Mace Rudman to kick it off. And a flag.
Penalty flag on the play, on the kickoff.
It's going to be offsides. Well, Coach, it's a great time to ask you while they're announcing the flag. What'd you think of the first drive at Chesterton?
They look good. They look good. They were right on script. A lot of times your coach is going to script those first 10 to 15 plays, and other than the bobble snap by Boyd, they executed.
Pretty much took my next question there about the script that they give the players, and usually it's longer than that. I think that was about 5 or 6 plays to go right down the field, including 2 long passes.
Yeah, we like to keep those first 15 plays on schedule, but they are ahead of schedule. They got 4 plays, and I'm sure they weren't expecting that little quick flat pass to the fullback to go for as many yards as it did. But Morton's going to have to tackle. These Chesterton backs are big and strong. Morton has some size. Has some speed, but they're kind of lacking some size. So,
it's put on the ground. Daniels scoops it up, and he takes it just past the 30 to the 32. Well, Morton's last offensive series, they drew a pass interference penalty, but then it was a negative play on a screen pass that set them behind the chains.
I think Cordero Bennett is over here hobbled. He is going back out, but having him hobbled may be putting Morton in a difficult position on offense. But he's out there, so they're going to have to use him as a decoy or something. But Marius Price is going to have to throw the ball downfield if they're going to have some success. And we got man-to-man on the outside. We may see a deep pass to the left here.
Here is Price. He'll take the snap. He'll look to the far side. Miscommunication. Daniels stopped his route.
Yeah, and it was there. It was there. That's a miscommunication. Daniels probably should have taken that deep. Amari, thinking like I was, he had man-to-man to the wide side of the field. He was going to take a shot, but Daniels broke his route off. And he's coming out of the game.
How tough is that? It seems like it's an option route, but at the high school level, the guys in the pros still make mistakes on that. How tough is it at this level?
Yeah, that's difficult. That's difficult, and it comes with a lot of practice, but there it looked like press coverage on the outside. So normally with press coverage, you want to take the top off the defense and take a shot.
Well, a timeout is called on the field, so we'll take the break with them. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse Technology on your team and score a touchdown with our managed print and copier services. Cover your bases with our IT and technology solutions, or hit a home run with our wide selection of office supplies. Scoreboards or AV solutions from Pulse Technology. That's a slam dunk. Or go for the grand slam with our office furniture and design services. Get in touch with us today. Pulse Technology, powering Indiana business since 1919.
Strachan Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strachan Van Til.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. So after the timeout for Morton, they are currently in 2nd and 10.
Back out with that 5 receiver set. They got press coverage again to the field. Let's see if they take the shot.
Price will take the snap. He'll hand to Walker. It's strung out nicely and hit for a loss. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, they tried to run a jet sweep out of an empty set. You got to have great blocking on the edge if that play is going to work. Chesterton, again, they're flying to the ball. So they got off blocks. They made a tackle for a 2 or 3 yard loss there.
There was a flag.
Morton's got to throw the ball downfield.
Holding
against the offense. That penalty will be declined. Well, you mentioned it. Cordero Bennett, he's going to be out there maybe as a decoy if he is injured. But for Chesterton, they're not going to take any chances. They're putting their best cover guy, Bradley Robinson, pretty much manned up on him. You would think the entire game. Because even if he's injured, they're playing it.
You see, they're rolling the safety over top. They got number 23 playing over there over Cord. And we got man-to-man at the bottom here.
Here's Price.
There's a shot.
They'll look to the near side. It's underthrown. It's intercepted.
He almost intercepted.
Was it hauled in? The discussion, it's intercepted. Logan Leverens went up and snatched it right out of the air, coming to the ground. He lost the ball after he controlled possession, as we'll take another look.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not the NFL, so you're not going to get that instant replay, but great play by that young man to go up and high point the ball, brought it in, and you know, the ground, it looks like he may have held it long enough, but, you know, I think the referee on this side saw it. He may have called it incomplete, but, hey, a turnover for Morton, and Chesterton right back out at it in a 4-receiver set, ready to get back on script.
Well, Logan Leverens is a sophomore, did not play on varsity at all last year, and now is his first interception. And right back to work go the Trojans' offense. Boyd will look deep again, and a flag comes out. Looks like it's going to be PI, as it was intended for Brody Lane, who's listed as the backup fullback.
Okay.
Do you ever see fullbacks go downfield that far?
Well, you know, it's high school, so you could be a fullback and probably be about 150, 170. How much does he weigh on the roster?
180.
Here? 180. Yeah, that's a good high school fullback, and he's versatile. He can carry the ball or go out for a pass. That was a great throw by Boyd. He was under pressure. He did get hit after he let the ball loose, but he stood in there strong and threw the ball downfield.
Yeah, he gave his guy a chance right there. Pass interference against the defense. And to keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check us out on our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and at our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we are proud to still be the only game in town. And we have a flag. It's going to be a pre-snap penalty.
Yeah, they got too many guys on. Looks to be 3 tight ends, 2 receivers, and a running back. 1 too many.
That's about the only flag that can be thrown that quick out of the huddle. Not sure if there's even another possibility. So it backs him up 5 yards there. Now behind the chains, 1st and 15. So far, Hunter Boyd has looked pretty comfortable.
He looks good out there. Again, lots of varsity experience from last year. We thought Chesterton was going to come out throwing the ball, but running the ball, but with a veteran quarterback. They're letting it fly.
Pasavic is to his right. He will hand to Sam Pasavic.
Pasavic, the ball carrier.
who will take it out to the 45-yard line, now push to the 43.
38.
Chesterton's pushing that pile. Again, keeping Morton honest. I think that's the first run of the game, the first called run. And now we got some substitutions coming in. Look like the tight end going out, and another receiver coming in.
Well, so far it's pretty unknown for Chesterton this season who's going to emerge as the number one wide receiver. As we mentioned off the top, the receivers don't have a ton of varsity experience, so really these first few games, Mark Peterson is finding out who are his go-to guys for Hunter Boyd. Boyd will hand to Pasavic, who takes it up the right sideline, accelerates to the 20, down to the 10, to the end zone, touchdown!
Touchdown.
Chesterton strikes twice. Sam Pasavic has 2 touchdowns, and it's 13-0 Trojans.
Great call there by Coach. They spread him out, went 5 wide across, but then brought Pasavic in motion and gave him a jet sweep to the wide side. It's a great call. Good blocks on the edge by the wide receivers. Again, we talked about that. If those jet sweeps are going to work, you got to have blocking from the wide receivers. Chesterton's wideouts blocked. Morton's haven't been up to the task so far.
Boy, did Pasavic just hit that gap and turn it on. 2 drives, 2 scores, as that is fumbled on the extra point attempt.
Extra point
and
no good.
Tackle is made. So it's 13-0, but we will take a break. 13-0. Chesterton leads Morton. As you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. Chesterton leads Morton 13-0. They've stopped the Governors twice and 2 touchdown drives. And it will again be Mace Redmond kicking off and his second touchback of the game. Well, Coach, for Morton, what do you need to see from their offense?
They got to get something going here. I think they got to throw the ball downfield. Chesterton looks to be big and strong up front, and their safeties and corners are holding up against those blocks. So the short passing game, they're making tackles. If Morton is going to have some success, they're going to have to throw the ball downfield, find those one-on-one matchups, and take advantage of them. They're coming out here with 4 wide receivers. They got Bennett to the short side, and he's in single coverage here, but we know he's hobbled. Spotting the ball on the hash, so that's going to put Bennett into the boundary and 3 wide receivers here to the wide side of the field. And it looks to be zone coverage. And they're trying to force Morton into those quick throws.
Well, so far, it's mostly been short passes. The one time they took a deep shot, it was intercepted. Here is Price. He'll take it and roll out of the pocket. Hit his running back, Anthony Clark, who is tackled right away. I mean, the Chesterton Trojans defense has been all over the place, boundary to boundary.
They're flying around. They're flying around, and they're making tackles. There's no run after contact. When they hit you, you go down. So Morton's going to have to get someone freed up in space and see if they can get some run after catch because they're not running through contact. That was a good play by Price. He scrambled out, found somebody open. Not much of a gain, but he didn't take a sack either. So
Cordero Bennett at the bottom of the screen again. It's pretty much going to be shouted all game by Bradley Robinson, the leading returner at defensive back for the Trojans. Here's Price. He will scramble out of the pocket and try to fight his way to the 30. Comes up just short, so it's going to be 3rd and a half yard, it looks like. Nope, they're going to give him the first down, I believe. Never mind.
Looks like he's about a half a yard short. He's
Should've-
got to get right there to the 30-yard line. So we're going to have 3rd and a short 1. Let's see what Morton does here. They're coming out. First play under center.
Price.
Trying to draw him off sides.
Send McBride in motion. We'll fake the handoff to McBride and go up the middle.
First down.
That was Mike Walker. He'll pick up the first down.
Good play there. Morton got some big guys up front on the offensive line, and they were able to push that pile forward for about a 3-yard gain for that first down.
It was actually Lansby.
So they're back under center now.
Way more of a tight formation. Another handoff up the middle. Very similar play call. Flag comes in from the backside.
Looks like we're going to have holding.
Flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to have holding on Morton.
If that's true, I will back them up again. This has been a really sloppy start for the Governors.
Yeah, that's the risk when you're more of a spread team and your offensive line is used to kick sliding and pass protection, and now you're asking them to fire out and play smash mouth football. Got a little handsy there.
So Rob,
and 15-yard penalty.
Rob Gardner, who's the offensive coordinator from Morton, is really trying to change this game back to just a smash mouth football.
Yeah, it worked on 3rd and 1 to pick up that first down. Now they're backed up. Nothing. I mean, the holding penalty is the worst thing that can happen to you in high school football, because now it really puts them off schedule here, and Chesterton can get after this quarterback.
It's 1st and 20. They'll try to pick some of this back up. Price on the keeper, and he'll take it out to the 30. That will set up a 2nd and 12.
Decent gain there. Decent gain. Gets him back in a 2nd and manageable. 10, 11, 12 yards. You can handle that on 2nd down. So Coach just wanted to get him back in range there. Amari, I think that was a read option, so he read that, kept the ball up the middle. And now we're sitting at 2nd and 12.
Even Cordero Bennett running out of the huddle is just sort of limping to where he's lined up. And that could be a big deal. Morton already down 13-0. We'll throw it to the outside. The pass is completed to Matthew Candler.
Good call there on the out route from the slot. Again, they're playing, Chesterton's playing zone to that trip side. He found the soft spot in the zone, settled down in it, and Amari delivered the ball on time. Got him. If they can pick up a first down here, this is a great recovery after that holding penalty. Number 5 also seems to be limping for Morton as well. So they're kind of banged up on offense.
And that was Candler who just got tackled. It will be a 3rd and 3. Morton really needs to pick up this first down. It's out wide. Knocked down and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That was Lansby, who was first contacted about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then pretty much had no chance as Chesterton swarmed the ball, and it's another 4th down.
Yeah, again, you got to have great blocking on the edge there. I would have liked to see Morton throw the ball downfield. Again, try to look for that soft spot in the zone. Trying to have your receiver block these bigger, strong safeties and outside linebackers for Chesterton hasn't proven fruitful for Morton in that swing pass and that bubble screen game. I think there they could have taken a shot downfield. Again, penalty set them back, the holding penalty. really set them back. They had a chance to recover, but, got to pick up a first down there.
Well, Morton calls a timeout, and we will take the break with them. As you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the video presented by George's Original Euro Spot. George's Euro Spot, the original George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. 219-926-5435. As we will keep it right here. This is a short timeout for Morton.
So, here there's a timeout. You wonder if Morton is trying to dial up a fake punt here. They had a chance to think about it. They don't trot the offense back out, but maybe on the lookout for a fake punt here. But I'm sure Chesterton also talked about that in the huddle, and it looks like they've got 3 linebackers back, and they're playing what we call a punt-safe defense.
Candler is heavily limping, and he's going to be the one who's punting the ball. He's the starting punter for Morton. It's a high snap, and he's in trouble. Candler's got to get rid of it. He does not. He's tackled at the 30-yard line. Chesterton takes over. So far, all Trojans. I don't think that was intended to be a fake of any sort, Coach. And it seemed like Candler couldn't get off the ball cleanly, realized it was going to be blocked, and then had nowhere to go.
Yeah, snap was a bit high. They did have a free rusher in his face. He made the first guy miss, but again, he's hobbled. You can tell he's not at 100%. He may have been able to get that punt off after making the first man miss if he was at 100%, but after with that bad leg. Here's Chesterton back on offense. Boyd.
Here's Hunter Boyd. He'll hand to Pasavic again. This time he's nearly wrapped up as a flag comes out. The Pulse Power Meter is presented by Pulse Technology. Bring innovative technology to the game day experience. The energy is building, the crowd is getting louder, and momentum is up for grabs. Who's got the power? That was our Pulse Power Meter, made possible by Pulse Technologies. The momentum can change in an instant, and Pulse Technology keeps you connected to the action with innovative technology solutions. Pulse Technology, powering what's next. As they are talking to Mac Mischler. So you assume the penalty will then be against Chesterton if they're asking for his input.
Face mask penalty against the Trojans. Decline.
Face mask against the offense declined.
Yeah, that could be a offensive lineman getting hands in the face of a defensive lineman. But coach declined the penalty to take the tackle for a loss and put him in second down and 12.
Chesterton was behind the chains in their last drive, and they scored again. Sam Pasavic, 2 touchdowns. Boyd will hand to Pasavic. He'll go off the left side. Well, the blocking up front by Chesterton, we talked about it at the beginning. Pretty young offensive line, but they've been getting the first push on this Morton defensive line.
Yeah, that matchup is one to watch. Young offensive line got off to a good start with some quick throws out in the flat and run after catch. Now they're trying to establish the run here, and Morton has been up to the task, stopping those 2 runs for no gain. And now we're sitting at 3rd and 10, and I'm sure we'll see Boyd dropping back to throw the ball here.
Boyd has Robinson out to his right. McCoy to his left. Pasavic in the backfield. Chesterton calls a timeout. 32.1 to go in the first quarter. This season, make your health part of the game plan. HealthLink provides medical, dental, behavioral health, vision, pharmacy services, and more for the whole family. Medicaid, Medicare, most commercial insurance plans, and the uninsured are welcome. Call 888-580-1060 today.
It's a good call by Boyd there. He saw the play clock running down and saved them that delay of game penalty. And they're going to have 3rd and 10 again. They're going to put the ball in Boyd's hand and see what he can do. We haven't seen him on a straight drop-back pass since that deep shot that got pass interference. So let's see what Chesterton dials up. Morton looks to be in a man-to-man defense, and I'm sure they're going to bring some pressure. They got pressure on Boyd in the last few drives, so let's see if we see a blitz here.
Boyd so far, you mentioned it, he's had a couple deep throws, nothing since, but now he's in a 3rd and long. He will keep it. The lefty's going to have to turn his body as he rolls out right, just throws it away smartly.
Yeah, good pressure by Morton. Good play both ways. Boyd does a good job escaping out of the pocket, throwing the ball away, not trying to do too much. He's got a 13-0 lead. Gets him the 4th down in Morton territory. Let's see, do they go for it?
It's it would be a pretty long field goal. It would be 47 yards.
Coach is going to keep the offense on the field. I see him over there talking to his QB. And let's see what play they have for 4th and 10. They're going to have to pass protect. Morton has been able to get in the backfield. That wasn't a straight drop back pass. They went with a bit of play action, but nobody's falling for play action on 3rd and 10. Morton came after that quarterback and flushed him out of the pocket.
Sometimes when the play action takes long to develop, it's tough. Play clock's running down, and a timeout call from the sideline. Robinson got set with about a 2.5 seconds to go.
Early in the season, these kind of mechanical things of getting a play call in from the coach, if they've got a coordinator upstairs calling plays down or giving suggestion to Coach Pete on the sideline, just the mechanics of getting a play in is something early on in the season you have to really be intentional about. Substitutions coming in and out of the game, you got to take care of that.
Friday Night Smiles are powered by Ethos Dental Group. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching right here on RSN, Ethos Dental is proud to support our local teams and communities. Ethos Dental Group, keeping the region smiling every Friday night. Well, so far, the team that's been smiling are the Chesterton Trojans, 13-0. A bounce back so far in the first quarter after losing last week 33-0, but they face a 4th and 10.
Man-to-man across the board, pressure coming.
Here's Boyd. Pressure comes off the edge. He loses the ball.
Out.
It is recovered by Morton. Well, it was about the same spot where they would have turned the ball over on downs either way. But with 12 seconds to go in the first quarter, the Governors take over.
Ball spotted at the Governor 35.
So after the first 2 drives, Morton stands in there and gets a stop and a turnover, well, almost a turnover on downs. So their offense has got to put the ball, at least get some momentum going. Their defense did a great job getting the stop there. It's time for the offense to step up.
So far, the main storyline is Cordero Bennett. They're going to need him to play well and start getting involved on offense. Coach, what would be your game plan to get him the ball, even if he's could be injured?
Yeah, he doesn't look to be much of a factor here. Chesterton's now playing a man-to-man. There's no safety over the top. If you could get the ball to him quickly, that would be good, but you just wonder how he's going to react when he gets tackled. Right now, he's not much of a decoy, and Coach may want to get him out of there and get somebody in there who can be a little bit more effective.
Well, here is Price. He's looking deep. The long ball for Daniels, underthrown. He just can't come back to catch the ball. Daniels had him beat.
That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to take a shot. That's at least going to back those safeties up, and that may open up some things underneath. But until you take the top off the defense, Chesterton's is going to stand in there stout and make tackles on the short pass game.
Looked like that was a post route where Daniels really broke it off nicely.
Yeah, with man coverage across the board, your posts, those are going to be your most effective routes to run away from the defense.
The handoff will go on the reverse to McBride. He'll pick up about half the yardage needed. It will set up another 3rd down for the Governors. And so far, outside the first drive, they haven't been able to move the ball at the end of a quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to get good blocks on the edge if those wide outside plays are going to work.
Well, more coming here in the second quarter. At the end of one, 13-0, Chesterton leads Morton. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
I can't believe I waited this long to get help.
High cholesterol runs in my family, so I know I needed to get tested every few years.
If I didn't get checked out, I might not have known till it was too late.
I never would have guessed I had diabetes.
Between the stress and the kind of food I was eating, my blood pressure was through the roof.
HealthLink made it easy and affordable to get tested and put my mind at ease.
Call to schedule your health screening today because good health can't wait.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. Adam Oppenheim with Coach Boz. It's 13-0, Coach, and Morton has to get something going on offense. Seems like from the very start of the game, the momentum has been with the Trojans.
Yeah, absolutely. The player of the game has been the running back of Chesterton so far. He's had the most impact plays. Morton has the highly touted recruit, but he is hobbled. So somebody else on this offense is going to have to step up for Morton and take the place of Cordero Bennett.
Here's 3rd and 4. Price looking to pass, now looking to scramble, and now fires it right near the sticks. He picks up the first down.
Savvy play by Price. He wanted to go quick, hitch to slot receiver, but Chesterton took that away. He scrambled out to his right and kept his eyes downfield and was able to find his receiver on the sideline for a first down.
First down, Governors.
So here we go. Picked up a first down. Let's just put a few of those together and see what can happen.
Well, that was a play that looked like it was going nowhere, but Price was able to sort of extend it. I think if he was to try to take off running, Trojans would come crashing down, but he pitches it outside of one of his wideouts. Here's Price. Bubble screen on first down. To the outside it goes, but take it down.
Again, Chesterton's defense is flying to the ball. The slot defender or the force defender did a good job of turning that play inside, and Chesterton running to the ball inside out and made a hit on that bubble screen for a 3-yard gain.
That feels like it's usually the outside guy's job to set that edge, because the second you let a guy turn up the sidelines, Posavik, we saw it in the first quarter, he turned it into a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, those guys signed up to play receiver. They didn't sign up to play offensive lineman, but they've been doing a lot of blocking.
Here's Price, plenty of time. Now we'll scramble up the middle. Juke to the outside, head for the first down, and he's got it with a flag after the play.
And we're going to get it. We're going to get an illegal crackback block here. One of the Morton offensive linemen turned back and cracked back. That's a tough call, and that rule has actually changed over the last few years to protect defensive players from those crackbacks. Let's see if that's the call, but I think that's going to be the illegal crackback. Good play by Price, getting out of the pocket. The last time he got out of the pocket, he kept his eyes down. Downfield and was able to make a throw. That time he was able to pick up the first down on a run, but I think that illegal crackback's going to set him back.
Well, it says in sportsmanlike conduct, the question is that after the play, or are they saying the illegal block is in the category of unsportsmanlike conduct, which doesn't make a ton of sense?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm about 99% sure that's what it was. When you crack back, you can make that crackback block. You just have to do it with your hands out. You can't lead with your helmet. You can't lead with your shoulder pads. Those big blow-up blocks that we're used to seeing in the NFL and in college football, right, they're just not allowing that anymore. You can make that crackback block, but you have to lead with your hands in order for it to be legal. And it looked like Amari was going to get the first down anyway. It's unfortunate, but, you know, we're just used to seeing those blocks. And when a guy's, you know, running towards you and you got a chance to take that kill shot, you have to pull back and lead with the hands. And, again, Morton sets themselves back. They had a good offensive play, set themselves back with a penalty. They recovered last time. Let's see if they can recover here.
So 2nd and 14. If there's still discussion on the fields. But that wipes away the first down. Nope, now it's actually showing first down.
Little speed option.
Here's
from
Price. He'll pitch it outside of Walker. He'll lower the shoulder and take it up to the 48-yard line.
Speed option again, getting that ball to your fast guys in space. That time they got a good block from the slot receiver, and he was able to get around the edge and pick up some yards. Those slot receivers blocking the forced defenders from Chesterton is going to be crucial tonight. Are they going to be able to hold up? And eventually, I think they're going to fake a screen and take a deep shot.
And they have the speed on the outside to do that. Now it is 2nd and 6. Price will pitch it again outside of Walker. Very similar to a few plays they've already run today. He takes it past midfield to the 49, sets up 3rd and short.
Yeah, that swing screen to the back, just an extended handoff, getting the ball to a guy out in space and letting your receivers block. And Chesterton's doing a good job. You know, I'm sure Coach Mack is expecting more yards out of those plays. But, again, just getting some consistent completions and eventually hope that something breaks for you.
Price on 3rd down will fake the handoff. He'll roll out. He'll look deep. He's got Daniels open. Hauls it in at the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown, Morton.
There we go. Speed and space.
Well, he got everyone's attention in the backfield and rolled out. Coach, break this one down for us.
That play was set up from a few plays ago. They've got under center and run the ball. Here they fake that inside handoff, and Amir Daniels slips out the backfield. But that play, again, we saw it on 3rd and short when they picked up the first down, and then they ran that play back-to-back. Scripting those plays or putting those series of plays together paid dividends there because Chesterton had their eyes in the backfield thinking run, and they slipped Amir Daniels out the backfield for the touchdown.
Usually on those bootleg plays, you're looking for a short pass on 3rd and short. That time, the long ball opened up, and Price just had to put it anywhere in the area of Daniels, and it was going to be a touchdown with the amount of separation he got.
Oh, yeah. Amir Daniels is a great football player, but that play was set up by the runs on 3rd and short, and Chesterton got caught there. Again, great throw on the run by Amari Price, and great call by Coach. Taking a shot. Again, if Morton is going to stay in this game, they got to throw the ball downfield. They got to scheme up some things to get their guys open downfield because Chesterton is big and strong up front, and they seem to be outmatched.
The extra point is blocked. Wow, that didn't get up very high. So it stays at 13-6. The Governors get on the board. Price connects with Daniels for a long touchdown. Ordering groceries has never been easier with online shopping at Strachan Van Til. Save time and money. In-store sale prices, pickup or delivery, online coupons, reward points, and more. Shop StrachanVanTil.com today.
All right, so that's going to be a wake-up call for both teams. Either Chesterton is going to respond here and put an offensive drive together, or Morton's defense is going to step up and get a stop like they did last time against Boyd on the sack. But we got a football game now.
And even though the Governors were set back on offense because of that penalty, they made up the ground in an important 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, way to bounce back. Way to bounce back. Now, the defense had some momentum last time. They put Chesterton in a long yardage situation where they had to drop back and pass, and Morton's blitz got home and was able to get to Boyd. We got to have a good kick from Morton, and Chesterton needs to be sound, make sure they recover the ball. I would be If I were Chesterton here, I'd be looking for maybe an onside or some sort of squib kick on the ground. Morton's trying to do some things to maybe turn the tide of this game. I wouldn't be surprised if you see an onside or a squib right here.
Well, we saw a squib kick from Chesterton after they scored, I believe, their second touchdown. And so now Morton is ready to kick off. Luis Tovar.
There's the squib, and Chesterton recovers.
Right on cue.
Right on cue. So it's a double-edged sword. Morton could have gotten the ball back, but now they put their defense in a position where they've given up a short field. So let's see what they do. Chesterton may take a shot here. So Boyd may throw the ball deep, again, trying to capitalize on this good field position. They get man-to-man coverage across the board. Where you could see one of those good play-action plays like they ran in the first drive. Here we got 2 tight ends into the boundary. This may be some sort of trick play. Okay, they shift out of it. They bring the 2 tight ends to the field.
And here's Boyd, who will take the snap on 1st and 10. Posavik, this time he's bottled up for a short gain of 2.
Good job by Morton there, stopping the run, 1st down. You want to get about 4 yards on that 1st down run. They got 2, so now they're sitting at 2nd and 8. I'm sure Coach got something on the script for 2nd and 8.
Not much involvement for the wide receivers for the Trojans. They lost their top 4 receivers last year in terms of receiving yards, led by Lewis Rafin. He had 571 and 4 touchdowns. Another handoff. Posavik will bounce it out to the right.
Again, Morton's getting after that run. So, again, they're a bit undersized in the front. The front 6 or 7, but they're flying to the ball. You're seeing multiple red jerseys on that ball carrier. So, again, 3rd and medium, not 3rd and long like last time, but expect pressure from Morton getting after the quarterback.
You mentioned the size of the defensive line for Morton. Liza Fortier, 5'10", 175. Antonio McElroy, 5'11", 180 at nose tackle. Big 3rd down. Boyd will hand it off again for the 3rd straight time. Posavik breaks through, stays on balance to the 30. Down the sidelines to the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown. Sam Posavik with a flag down. But right now as it stands, he has a hat trick in the 1st half.
Looks like it's going to come back, probably holding.
Boy, that gap just opened up, and maybe that was because of a hold.
Yeah.
But he turned down the Jets. It looked like he was going 1 versus 4.
That young man is showing you some things. See, now, don't ever count out the safeties that are converted to running back, okay? That kid's showing you some speed and the ability to run people over in the open field.
Have you ever seen something like this flip so quick that you've coached someone from defense maybe going to offense and being, just a lead, it looks like, at the position?
So let me tell you something about defensive players. They're always offensive players at heart. So whether he was playing defense or not, he was a running back playing safety last year. So he was just waiting on his shot to get the ball. So he probably was a running back in Pop Warner in middle school, and he got a chance to get on the field last year as a safety. But in his heart and in his mind, he's always been a running back.
That penalty will set them back to 3rd and 9. You would think this is a passing situation. That was a giant penalty. I think
5 wide receivers set. Boyd drop back to pass.
He'll throw it out to the far sideline. Turning up is Robinson. Comes up 2 yards shy of the 1st down.
And let's see, Chesterton's going to go. They've shown the ability to run the ball.
Well, looks like they might be taking their offense off the field.
Wow. I'm surprised at that one.
They haven't been able to stop Posavik. I guess they're worrying about maybe the momentum shifting if Morton's able to stop them on 4th down. Or no, they are going for it. looks like possibility for Morton. It's Amir Daniels. He's at the 40-yard line. This is going to be punted. No one's going to be back there, but it's a pretty short punt. It's going to land at the 30.
Takes a Morton bounce.
And will stay at the 31.
Okay. So Morton's got a chance to get back in this before the half. Unfortunate penalty on Chesterton. Call that TD back. And the decision to punt the ball there. And a bit of a shank punt from the punter, or a sky punt, puts the ball at the 30-yard line, and Morton's back out there feeling good.
At Region Sports, we don't like downtime, whether it's a championship drive or a game night print job. We trust Pulse Technology to keep the toner cartridge full and the process running smoothly. Pulse Technology, the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So Amari Price will take over at the 31-yard line, coming off of a long touchdown pass to Amir Daniels. The sophomore will look deep again, looking for Bennett down the sideline. He holds it in, but out of bounds.
Out of bounds. But again, you got to throw the ball to him, keep the defense honest, keep that safety rolled over top of him, and you can see the way he tracked that ball. He's a threat. He's definitely got D1 wide receiver ability. Just ball was thrown a little bit off to the sideline. He couldn't drag those feet and keep it in bounds. But they're going to have to throw the ball downfield and make Chesterton respect Bennett.
How tough was that from Bennett? Right down the sideline to try to keep a foot in. And you see the late hands there. I feel like that's something that they teach a lot at the receiver position, so the defensive back doesn't know when it's coming.
Yeah, great throw, great catch. Just got to keep those feet in bounds. But, again, make them respect you.
Price on 2nd and 10. He will keep it, hit the edge, and pick up about 5 to set up 3rd and 5.
Price feeling good. He threw a good ball out there, just a bit out of bounds. Now he gets a run. You know, sometimes maybe the quarterback picking up some yardage with his legs can get his mind in this game and get this offense going. They're trying to take away those weapons. Amari Price may be the unaccounted for guy and may be able to do it with his feet.
Well, Price last year had 22 carries for 125 yards and had 46 yards in the game last week, and has run the ball a bit today as well. 3rd down, and it is dropped. Looked like it went off the chest of Walker. I believe that's a 0, not an 8.
Price's pass is incomplete, intended to Gaucher.
They're actually saying it's Gaucher, number 8.
Yeah, that was a good throw by Price. The receiver just whipped his head around a bit too slow. And that ball hit him right in the numbers, but he just didn't get his head around in time. But a good throw by Price. Another drive that bogs down. Let's see if they get this punt off.
It will be Chandler to punt. Nearly has it blocked up in the air, and it will be returned at the 40 to the 47-yard line.
7-yard return on the punt.
So we had fireworks early in the game, but now both defenses seem to have settled in and starting to make plays on defense, make sound tackles, and the offenses are going to have to step up.
Well, isn't it weird how this game sometimes works? You're not sure about the decision to punt on 4th down. Chesterton does, and they get the ball back at the same spot they punted from, the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that's how the game goes. Coach relied on his defense, and they stepped up. So let's see, do they take a shot here? They ran the ball. Do they take a shot? Nope, they're going to continue to hand off.
Posavic gets around the edge and leaps over to the 50, a very entertaining 2-yard gain.
Posavic has been the player to watch thus far. This kid is jumping over people, running by people, and running over people.
I'll tell you, maybe part of the reason that Chesterton wanted to bring him in, Posavic last year against them when he was at Portage had 18.5 tackles in one game at safety. Clearly a big-time athlete. We've seen that today, the speed, the acceleration, That time the leaping ability. 2nd and 8. Boyd will hand to Pasavic again.
They're going to keep feeding them.
And he's just driving forward.
They're going to feed the beast. Chesterton got the lead. Morton has been getting pressure on their quarterback, and they're going to continue to run Pasavic, and Morton's defense is going to have to stop it.
And you have a feeling.
Two tight ends, look like two tight ends checking out, two receivers coming in.
The run probably isn't ruled out here on 3rd and 4. You get half the yardage, you might go for it.
That last touchdown that got called back was a 3rd down run, so I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around and hand the ball to the running back. We got 3 receivers to the field, 1 receiver down here to the boundary, Pasavic in the backfield. Morton's in a 3-3, 3 linebackers. Play action.
A throw over the middle is complete. Right on the money from Boyd on the slant right behind the defense. That was Brody Lane picking up the 3rd and 4.
Good call there. Again, we're all thinking the same thing. Pasavic, they faked the handoff to him and hit a slant across the middle as those linebackers stepped up to stop the run. Good throw, good catch.
Just right behind the defense. It seemed like the linebackers are so worried about the run. That opens things up in the passing game. Here's Boyd on a 1st and 10. We'll hand it Pasavic. Breaks a couple of tackles and picks up another 1st down. Sam Pasavic has been unstoppable in the first half.
He's been impressive. Again, he showed you speed on the outside, and now he's showing you power to run the ball up the middle and run some people over.
I mean, he is running right through these arm tackles. And Morton is on their heels, and they're going to call a timeout.
It's probably a good call from Coach there. Get your defense settled down. Again, Morton has made some stops tonight. If they can stop him here in the red zone, that'd be big for Morton headed into the half.
3:33 left in the first half. 13-6, Chesterton. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger.
This is the retirement red zone as Chesterton has entered the retirement red zone sponsored by Wealth Partners on Main. Here's Boyd. He'll scramble outside, toss towards the end zone intended for McCoy. So we continue that read with visit wealthpartnersonmain.com and start building your retirement playbook. Securities and advisory services offered through Prospespa Financial Services, member FINRA/SIPC.
So it looked like Chesterton tried to go back with that play-action pass on the slant. That time Morton took it away, and Boyd had to scramble out to his left, got rid of the ball, puts him in 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for Boyd. They'll throw it outside. Pasavic is going to cut inside. He's going to wiggle, but this time go nowhere. In fact, it's a loss of 1.
Loss of 2 on the play. 3rd and 12 from the 18.
The swing screen out there to Pasavic. Again, those receivers have to block. Morton did a great job of getting off the block and making him cut back. Once he cut back, the pursuit of Morton was able to bring him down. So now we're 3rd and long, and expect pressure from Morton, bringing those linebackers on a blitz. So you'll have man-to-man coverage on the outside. Chesterton's receivers are going to have to make a play here if they're going to get the ball in the end zone.
3rd and 12, Boyd. Pasavic is to his right. Do they run on 3rd and long? They will throw. Pasavic out on the flat. He's got a receiver open. McCoy overshot him. He had him towards the back of the end zone, but was sort of throwing across his body.
Yeah, that's tough for a left-hander. Booting out to his right. Had to throw across his body. Had a guy open for a second, just let him a little too much.
Well, I believe we're going to see a field goal attempt. We will. Mace Redmond. This will be a 35-yard attempt, about.
Max Redmond in for the 35-yard field goal attempt for the Trojans.
Again, early in the season, you want to look for the execution of this, the good snap, good hold. A lot of times the kick is the easiest part of this, the snap, the hold, and the protection.
Not a great snap, but Redmond is able.
No good.
Just missed.
No good. Good hold there by Morton's defense.
So it stays at 13-6. It looked like it was going to go in. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, it looked good from here, but again, that early in the season, the execution, that snap was a bit low, a little bit of bobble by the holder there, and that just messed up the entire execution.
Need a winning formula? We have one. Region Sports is powered by Peel Technology, the official toner provider of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Coach, you hit on it. The snap, not great. The hold was able to get down, but a lot of times those field goal plays are about timing. If your timing's thrown off as a kicker, it makes it that much more tough.
Yeah, it is tough because early on in the season, again, you've spent all summer probably working offense and defense and not getting a lot of special teams in.
Here's Price. He gets rid of it. And it was complete to Daniels. That was a cornerback coming off the right.
So we're going to get to see Price here in a 2-minute drill.
As we go under 2 minutes. I think they're wondering if the clock should be stopped if he was out of bounds. As Price will this time throw it to the near sideline. It's brought in. It's a short gain. McBride scoops it just above the ground.
In the 2-minute drill, you want to work the ball to the short side of the field, try to get out of bounds. Bennett, again, over there by himself. Don't be surprised if they take another shot over there at Cord.
2nd and 2. They're looking for Ben on the far side against Robinson. He goes upstairs and makes the catch across midfield of the 45.
It's almost like I've done this before. Good throw, good catch by Cordero. Now they're in a hurry up, but they got a substitution coming in that's just slowing things down. All right, they get the ball spotted, and you want execution here within about. So they kill the clock.
So I will stop it at 1:21. I mentioned your resume last at Gary Westside as the head coach. I mean, you could kind of feel it coming, you would think, at least from your coaching perspective.
Yeah, when you leave the number one receiver in the state out there one-on-one, eventually you got to take a shot. I know he's not at 100%, and he just come hobbling off the field, but, you know, Chesterton's been rolling the dice, leaving him out there man-to-man. That time they were able to take advantage, and he went over top. Again, a 6'6" receiver, put the ball up high.
And Bradley Robinson's a 6-foot corner, but he made him look pretty small as that's a flag before the snap.
Yeah, 6'6", and he's got great leaping ability. So, again, a penalty here. We got a false start. Again, Morton just they had something going, but they've responded 2 times already after big penalties. So let's see if they can pick up a first down and keep this drive moving with 1:18. Again, you want to work the sidelines.
So now they're backed up to midfield. Morton down 13-6, 1:18 to go in the half.
3 receivers to the field, 1 receiver to the boundary.
Here
Price on a quick
Price.
3-step drop, scrambles out to his right.
And now we'll tuck it and run. He will get out of bounds, so pick up the lost penalty yardage. So we'll be 2nd and 10.
Gain of 5 yards.
That was a great move to make the first defender miss. Price is a hard guy to bring down. Once he starts scrambling out of the pocket, he makes the first guy miss, gets out of bounds, which is key to stop the clock. 1:10 left. Again, trips to the field. Bennett coming back in on the sideline now. Bennett, the lone receiver, to the short side.
And he looks like Robinson isn't on him. I wonder if they're going to get some help there on the top.
Pressure coming.
Here is Price. He'll throw over the middle. It is not hauled in.
All right, ball's incomplete.
Looked like it was intended for Gaucher. Try to reach out with one hand.
Yeah, it was a bit of a low throw. He had to keep the ball, get his hands underneath it. He was going to the ground, wasn't able to control it. A new left tackle coming in for Morton. That could be something to keep an eye on. A new left tackle checking in for Morton, protecting Price's blind side. So they tried to shift the running back to that side to give a little help on that side, to give the new left tackle a little bit of help.
Noah Rancifer is the backup left tackle. This is a pretty experienced offensive line from Morton, and they've held up well today. I would say it's been more credit to the Chesterton secondary. They've done a pretty good job for the most part. Daniels had the explosive play. Bennett made a terrific one-on-one catch, but they've allowed just 6 points so far in the first half.
Yeah, Chesterton's doing a great job on defense, keeping everything in front of them, running to the ball and making tackles. They did let Bennett get behind him here. They seem to have a double team on Bennett. They got a guy in his face and a guy over top.
And we have another
whistle.
flag.
Delay a game. Again, early in the season, these mechanical issues, getting a play in from the coach or getting a play in from the coordinator to the sideline to the quarterback. In a 2-minute situation, you would think Morton would have some hand signals or something to get these plays in a little bit faster. But early in the season, you're always going to see these kind of mistakes from both sides. We saw a bad snap on that field goal attempt from Chesterton, and now these penalties that just keep putting Morton behind the chains.
I think it is 3rd and long. Pretty sure it's 3rd and 15. Here is Price. He'll take the snap. He's looking deep. He throws short, and that pass is incomplete.
That was 4th down, turnover. Now Morton's defense is going to have to step up. Boyd has a chance to get them in position to score again before halftime. Be alert for a trick play, some sort of play action, some sort of throw down the field.
Well, you wonder if they're still interested in running the ball with Posavic. He's had such a great first half, had 2 touchdowns. One was called back.
Yeah, don't be surprised. I can't tell how many timeouts are left. Does Chesterton have any timeouts?
I think they have 1.
They got 1, okay.
And Morton has 0.
All right, so with 1 timeout, they can run the ball, or you may want to save that timeout to get your field goal kicker on. They go empty set with the running back out in the slot. Here's that jet sweep again.
Boyd hands to Posavic. He's got to get around the edge. Morton wants a hold. There's no flag coming. Posavic is going to spin around. He's going to keep going back. Now he's going to go forward and get to the 45. That's a loss of 5, and there is a flag. I'm not sure on that play how there isn't a holding penalty, considering the further you go back, the harder it is for anyone to sustain a block.
Yeah, there are probably several holding penalties on that play. And, number 4 there may be doing a bit too much. Again, time is of the essence here, so you want to get down. If it's not there, he should have ran out of bounds to give them another play. So now they're going to be backed up after the hold, and at this point, you wonder if coach just runs the ball and gets into the half with the lead, or do they still attempt a shot?
Well, the question is right now whether Morton's going to accept the penalty. It's either 1st and 20 or 2nd and 15.
Morton should definitely take the penalty and back them up. It's more about field position here than down and distance.
I mean, the thing is, with Morton having no timeouts, they have no chance to get the ball back almost no matter what, unless a turnover happens.
Yeah, they just got to keep Chesterton out of the end zone and really out of field goal range, because the kicker showed he's got about 35-yard range.
Holding against the Trojans, 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, so they take the penalty and back them up. So now Chesterton's probably going to run the ball and get out of the half. or they may come with one of those play action shot plays. Morton's not in a prevent defense. They do have 3 safeties, but they're playing kind of low. But I expect a run here.
Posavic, I believe, is in, and he will take it right up the middle. So Posavic just subs in for Boyd, takes it right up the middle for an easy 10.
Yeah, they went Wildcat there, snapped it directly to Posavic, and it looks like Chesterton's just trying to get out of here with the lead.
And they will receive the second half kickoff. They're taking their time as the clock ticks under 20. This will probably wrap it up for half number 1.
Yeah, they don't have to run a play here.
Well, what a bounce back for the Trojans. They lost 33-0 last week, and they go into Morton and lead 13-6 at the half. Sam Posavic with 2 touchdowns, also had a touchdown call back. Coach, your thoughts on the first half of play?
Well, we got out to an exciting start. The running back from Chesterton really showed us some things in the first quarter, and you knew Coach was going to have some things dialed up. After not scoring at all last week, they probably went in and schemed up a few good plays. But now as you get into more of the regular offense and defense, Morton has held strong since the first quarter. So Chesterton, again, they get the ball coming out in the second half. You'll see if they scheme something up again, one of those plays, maybe a play-action play, maybe a bootleg, because they want to strike quickly like they did in the first quarter. After things kind of settled down, both defenses have played well.
Well, 3 touchdowns in the first half, a pair of missed extra points. Chesterton leads Morton 13-6 at the half. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner. It's our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. It's football season. We've got a lot of ball to talk about, Paul. And, of course, week 1 of the IHSAA boys football season just wrapping up. We are right into the thick of it now. It's an exciting time of year, is it not?
It is. It's exciting. The lights came on Friday night, so to speak, and those Friday night lights where communities gather in that time-honored tradition of following their high school team kicked off. And I know got a lot of reports of really good football around the state, and, we're just excited. I mean, there's so many things going on. All of our fall sports programs are in full swing. And it's always exciting to get back to a new school year and watch the students have an opportunity to participate with the name of their school, their community on their jersey.
Well, and this time of year matters for a lot of reasons. For coaches to finally be back in game action, players the same thing, the fans getting to attend games, but also for the community, Paul. At night at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, these restaurants that stay open late, they're getting the business from people leaving games. It impacts the whole community.
It does. It's amazing how much centers around the high school in these communities. And I mean, people I'm actually going to go out and watch the North Posey Vikings play next Friday night, where I went to high school, and some of the same people that I went to school with or that were leaning on the fence watching the game, they're going to be there again this Friday night. And that's every community around the state of Indiana. It's just so cool to see. And it's just for me, it's important that it still matters. If we didn't put education in front of athletics, it wouldn't matter as much. And we see that throughout summer competitions and things, but the high school season does.
That's Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. It's the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, staying on the gridiron, but just another section of it. Girls flag football has been well underway for the last couple of weeks. An emerging sport, of course. So how do you see that continuing to grow? And obviously they're right in the thick of it.
Well, they are. They've started the season. It's a fall sport here in Indiana, and we've got 113 schools, I believe, playing across the state of Indiana. And they're well on their way to be a fully recognized sport which would be the 27-28 school year. And so we're excited about that. This is their last year of the emerging sport. But I tell you, we wouldn't be where we're at today without the great work that the Colts have done in support of girls flag. I mean, first of all, they're a phenomenal partner in the Indiana High School Athletic Association. They support what we do. We certainly want to support what they do. But then the work that family's put in and the money that they've used to support $1 million that they've committed to schools over the last couple of years to grow girls flag football in the state. And here we are today on the cusp of being a fully fledged IHSAA sport, and we're excited about it.
It's pretty amazing. And obviously unified flag football as well continues to take steps. The pairing show for unified flag football is less than a month away from us talking at this point, so that continues to fly. On the unified specifically section of it, Paul, where does that sport continue to grow, and where do you see that going?
Well, we continually have seen growth. And, what's so phenomenal about it, it's an opportunity for students that have an intellectual disability to partner with we'll just call them other student athletes in their school and be on the same team and compete together. And, I always love the story about the student who talked about eating at a different table. But when he became part of a high school team, a high school program, he was invited to the table with all the rest of the students. And it meant so much for that kid's development and growth. And unified flag football is certainly so special and gives these kids an opportunity to be on the big stage with their teammates, with their uniform on.
So we've got gridiron action from week 1 of IHSAA boys football. We've got girls flag football moving right along in the unified section as well. Paul, it's an exciting time of year, and there's going to be a lot to talk about here on the Commissioner's Corner. And before you know it, we're going to get to the winter as well. Before you know it, we're going to get to Lucas Oil Stadium. So looking forward to chatting all about it with you over the next few weeks, and hope you have some fun back at the alma mater next week, my man.
I've always loved going back home.
Talk to you next week, Paul.
Very good. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. Adam Oppenheim with Coach Boz. Well, Coach, I would say coming in, this is a little bit surprising if you would have the same person watch both these teams last week, and Chesterton right now has the lead 13-6.
Yeah, you make a lot of adjustments between week 1 and week 2, and Chesterton went in and schemed up some offense. They came with a great first couple series to put the ball in the end zone, to get some guys wide open, and Morton has made some adjustments. Morton came out wanting to throw the ball around. Their receivers are not at 100%, so they had to scheme up a play action boot on 3rd and short, and got a guy open downfield. I think we're going to have to see Morton take more shots downfield, and Chesterton's going to rely on that run game and, see if they can take this thing home.
Well, for Morton, Cordero Bennett had the one big catch, but besides that, about 30, 35-yard gain. He's been pretty silent, you mentioned. Hobbled a little bit. So was Matthew Candler, another one of the receivers, their punter. So we'll see how that impacts the second half. The touchdown you mentioned, it was on a bootleg, 3rd and short. Amir Daniels downfield for about a 40-yard touchdown. It was put on the money from Amari Price. And for Chesterton, Hunter Boyd hit some passes early on. We haven't seen a lot of him, at least later in the first half. You would think if Chesterton's going to win this game, he's going to need to make some important throws.
Yeah, absolutely. The run and the play action pass, the two pass plays that Chesterton hit downfield were play action. We haven't seen a lot of Hunter Boyd on straight drop back passes, and Morton is playing man-to-man across the board and bringing pressure. So when Boyd has thrown the ball deep, he has gotten hit. So you wonder, are they going to rely on that run game and play action? Or if Morton can keep them in the long yardage situations, they can get after Boyd.
Well, Bradley Robinson had a big catch in the first half. Colin McCoy, the 6'5" junior, has been pretty quiet. But Sam Pasavic has been the story. Had 2 touchdown runs, one from about 10 yards out, the other from 35 yards out on a jet toss. I believe that it was technically a pass by Boyd. He was able to turn the corner and score, and then had another 40-yard run for a touchdown, but it was called back due to a hold. That was him wiggling his way to the outside and sort of beating the entire Morton defense. And really, it feels like for these Chesterton players, got to get a lot off their chest after losing 33-0. Football can be a pretty humbling sport. I'm sure your experience, your guys are fired up the next week.
Oh, yeah. These guys have been getting after it. Football is a year-round sport now. So, you may be a multi-sport athlete, but football is always top of mind. These guys have been in the weight room for a year. They've been in the weight room all summer. They've been outside conditioning in the heat. And, to come out in your first game and put up 0 points is humbling, but they've bounced back. Coach schemed them up, got some good plays downfield, and was able to get the ball in the end zone. So Chesterton looks solid. Morton is going to have to figure out a way to get these guys open downfield. The short passing game is there, but it's almost like Chesterton's giving them the short passes and running and making the tackle. So both teams are fired up. Morton's feeling good after a Week 1 win, and Chesterton looking to bounce back after a Week 1 loss. And we got a close ball game here.
You got to think about what the Governors happened back out on their home field for the first time after a big victory. And they get punched in the mouth, and they took it and ended up scoring the last touchdown that we saw in the first half. But Amari Price has had shots downfield. You have a feeling he's going to try to connect on a couple of long passes in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. They just got to find the one-on-one matchup. They've got good speed at all the wide receiver positions. Coach is going to have to find a way to get them open, and Amari's going to have to make a good throw. But there are opportunities out there for them to throw the ball downfield. Chesterton's giving them the bubble. They're giving them the short passes, and some of those may work if a guy is able to break a tackle or make somebody miss. But eventually they're going to have to throw the ball downfield. I love the play action call on 3rd and short. Those type of schemed up plays is what's going to win the ball game for both teams, because both coaches have done a great job so far scheming up some good shot plays. They got to do a better job of picking up first downs and putting together a series of offense.
Well, Price also had a first half interception. He now has one in each of his first 2 games. He had 2 total last year, but feels like more of these teams, if they see you for a year, these teams played last year, that they see the same starter, it helps you as a defense.
Yeah, and a lot of the game, Amari was a freshman last year. You kind of want to keep the reins on him a little bit and keep things simple for him. Now they're taking the reins off. He's probably got the whole playbook at his disposal, so he's going to throw the ball more. There will be opportunities for more turnovers, but there will be a lot of big plays out there for him.
So what you're saying is it can be a good and a bad thing. You might see the yards, the touchdowns go up, higher turnovers, but, that's more in his hands. It feels like it happens at every level, and I guess high school is no exception. As a freshman, if you are playing, maybe you don't get the whole playbook, but as sophomore, junior, senior, you get more and more.
Yeah, it's very rare that a freshman comes in and is even taking all the snaps as a varsity start. Amari is an exceptional talent at quarterback. Last year, protecting the ball is key. Now, with big play receivers like Bennett and Chandler and the other guys they have out there, they're going to take more shots. So key is going to be for him to protect the ball, not turn it over. But, again, if you do see more turnovers, as long as they're getting the ball in the end zone, that may not be a bad thing. We've got to see more consistency picking up first downs. It can't be all throw the ball downfield, what I call chuck and duck offense, where he's just throwing the ball and getting hit every time. If they can pick up a series of 2, 3, and 4 first downs and show some consistent offense, that's what I'd like to see out of Morton.
So 13-6 Chesterton, as we'll take a short break here at halftime. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
Get Pulse Technology on your team and score a touchdown with our managed print and copier services. Cover your bases with our IT and technology solutions, or hit a home run with our wide selection of office supplies. Scoreboards or AV solutions from Pulse Technology. That's a slam dunk. Or go for the grand slam with our office furniture and design services. Get in touch with us today. Pulse Technology, powering Indiana business since 1919.
Strachan Van Til for the win with 4 ways to save. Catch price drops on over 15,000 items and check the weekly ad for can't miss deals. Stack on the rewards program for digital coupons, points toward discounts and free products, and power up with our own brands. Keep your budget in the safety zone. Get the same great taste as national labels at lower prices. If you can't taste the difference, why pay the difference? Score big value with 4 ways to save at Strachan Van Til.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Is your home ready for a refresh? Trust the cleaning and restoration specialist at MasterClean. For over 40 years, MasterClean has helped Northwest Indiana homeowners keep their homes looking their best. With professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, pet stain and odor removal, and more. With honest pricing and satisfaction guaranteed, you can count on MasterClean to get the job done right. Call 219-662-7838 or visit MasterCleanSelect.com today. MasterClean. Life happens. We help clean it up.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. Let's go over some first half stats. Well, let's start off with the visitors from Chesterton, the Trojans. Hunter Boyd was 5 for 7 for 70 yards. That was a couple long passes early in the game. Mauro Samadai had 1 catch for 14. Brody Lane had 2 for 52. Pasavich just had 1 catch along with Robinson, but Pasavich on the ground, 11 carries, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns, also had a 40-yard touchdown called back. And for Morton, Price was 14 for 21, 120, a touchdown and a pick. Bennett had 2 for 32, Daniels 2 for 56 and a touchdown. And Price on the ground, 6 for 35 yards. Once again, welcome back to Morton High School. Adam Oppenheim with Coach Boz, producer Kyle Stowers, cameraman Israel Cuellar. Coach, about a minute until the second half gets underway. This one feels like it has the vibes of a thriller going down to the wire.
Oh, yeah. The vibes are high. The DJ's got the music going. The crowd is hyped. The cheerleaders are cheering. And we're waiting to see more fireworks on the field. I mean, Amari Price putting the ball in the air 21 times in the first half as a sophomore is impressive. We got to see more consistency, picking up first downs. Chesterton, the running back for Chesterton, is putting on a show. So I'm anxious to see what he does in the second half. But 80 yards rushing, 80-plus yards rushing in the first half, definitely impressive. Big plays, but we got to see more consistency out of both offenses. The defenses have stepped up after those few big plays.
Yeah, really most of the scoring came in the first quarter, and then it was trading punts, and you could think a special teams could play a key factor. There's been 2 missed extra points, a missed field goal, and the punting hasn't been great, which you don't see a ton of, 50-plus yard punts at the high school level, but, some of those shifts in field position could be huge in the second half.
Yeah, Morton has had to make a change at punter. Their starting punter was hobbled, so that could come into play with a backup punter. And there's been some missed opportunities for Chesterton, a missed extra point. And they also had a short punt or a pooch punt, you can say. Running back number 4 is back deep on this kickoff return. Let's see if Morton kicks the ball to him, or do they continue with the squib kicks, trying to keep the ball away from the dangerous running back from Chesterton.
Louis Tovar will kick off for Morton. Chesterton was on defense to begin the game, and so this will be an onside kick that just goes out of bounds at the 45. That's going to be a flag.
Yeah. They tried the surprise onside kick. It looked like they were trying to recover that one as opposed to squibbing it downfield. The ball has to go 10 yards, and that one barely went 5 yards. He kicked it almost straight out of bounds. So Chesterton will take over in Morton territory.
Coach, I'm not sure if you were watching some of the Morton guys on the side. Did they know that was an onside kick? It seemed like they were running down the field. And I don't know if I'm crazy, but I feel like you have to be on the same page somewhat.
Yeah, a bit of a disconnect there. The ball's got to at least go 10 yards. So if they were thinking onside kick, they were thinking the ball was at least going to go 10. That one's on the kicker.
Or maybe they were catching them so much by surprise that they only had one guy there. Everyone else is distracting, running down the field.
Yeah, and that is a strategy. Sometimes you put your fastest guy on that sideline and tell him he's the one recovering the ball.
As Boyd completes it to Robinson for a couple yards.
Short pass, just getting offense going. Good completion there by Boyd, but Morton's there to make the tackle for basically no gain, a 1.5-yard gain. I did see a guy from the slot slipping out up the sideline, so let's see if they come back to that play later on and maybe take the deep shot. Boyd again in an empty set.
Robinson's done a bit of everything today. Has been the main defender on Bennett,
Here's
the top receiver for Morton, and he's also been their punt returner along with being a receiver. Boyd this time will hand to Posavic, who will go right up the middle and pick up about 5 to set up a 3rd and 4.
So, again, coming out of the half, a couple plays that looked like they probably had on the script. They started out in an empty set and went with a short pass. That time they started in empty but motioned the running back into the backfield and gave him a bit of a counter. Here it looks like our tight ends are subbing in. Two big tight ends coming in the game. Thinking power run here or maybe play action pass.
So it's 3rd and 3, possible 4-down territory.
We got Wildcat.
Posavic is
at QB.
Is going to take the snap, and before that, I think a timeout. Timeout called by Chesterton.
Boyd wasn't set. It looks like he didn't get lined up fast enough. Coach had to call a timeout.
That's a big early timeout.
Yeah, but they were going Wildcat, getting the ball directly to number 4. It was going to be a power off to the left side, but just, again, the early season execution, getting the calls in, guys knowing formations. Quarterback had to go from under center to wide receiver out on the wide side and just took too long to get lined up.
Do you think they come out in the same formation?
I would. Hey, get the ball to number 4. He's been the star of the show. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Now just snap it directly to him and see what he does.
I mean, it feels like Morton's not going to be caught off guard by him having the ball, but that doesn't mean you can stop it necessarily.
Yeah, when you snap the ball directly to the quarterback, it just becomes a numbers game. You know, when the quarterback is handing the ball off, you have one less blocker. When the quarterback is running the ball, it's 11-on-11 football.
And that's part of why that quarterback is out wide.
Yeah, they put him back in the backfield. It looked like they've switched the formation. Now it looks like they're going to go power to the right side.
So Posavec will take it with the lead block in front of him, stumbles a bit, and only picks up maybe a yard and a half. Will set up a 4th down, and surely Chesterton will go for it.
Yeah, we saw them punt the ball from here earlier in the game. The punt wasn't wasn't able to pin him deep. It was a bit of a shank punt. So it looks like this time they're going to go for it. 4th down and about 2.5 yards. Let's see, is it another direct snap to 4, or are we going to see something else? Boyd's back in the backfield.
He has Melwing out wide to the top.
Be alert for play action pass here.
Handoff will go to Posavec. He'll drive past the 30 for a 1st down. So the initial push by the Trojans' offensive line, who's maybe been the unsung hero so far tonight. I mean, Posavec did a good job after the carry, but he wasn't touched until he got the 1st down.
Oh, yeah. The line opened up a nice hole, and when he got there, he ran somebody over again. The undersized linebackers and defensive linemen for Morton.
Posavec, another carry. He's been the bell cow here tonight. And takes off another chunk, that time about 6.
And you can tell he's been waiting for this moment again. I told you, those defensive guys are always offensive guys at heart, and now he's getting the chance to run the ball consistently and bring this thing home for Chesterton.
Posavec this time bounces to the outside, has a hole to the end zone, touchdown. There's your hat trick for Sam Posavec. Had 1 touchdown call back in the 1st half, but there's his 3rd tonight as the Trojans go right down the field and score on their opening drive of the 2nd half.
And looks like we're going to see Chesterton go for 2 here. They had a bad execution on the extra point before. They got the momentum here. They're running the ball well. They're going to go for it. Try to make it 21-6.
And once Posavec hits that hole, he's just accelerated right through it. That's 2nd time today a big hole has created a touchdown. Here's the 2-point conversion attempt. Posavec on the run and cuts back, powers to the goal line. He's in for the 2-point conversion. That time he had a ton of work to do. Talked about the offensive line dominating most of the drive. That time the Governors were all over him, and he still finds a way to tack on 2 more.
Yeah, that's what we call BYOB. Be your own blocker.
Well, 21-6 is the score. We'll take a break as the Trojans lead the Governors 21-6.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. Chesterton starts the 2nd half with a touchdown. And this will be brought out of the end zone, but tackled at the 25, Amir Daniels. Coach, we talked about the scripted plays at the beginning for Chesterton. That time, maybe at halftime, they did another version of that. It seemed to work out well.
Absolutely. They're going to rely on 4. The young man is showing that he can be a bell cow running back. And from here on out, if Chesterton gets a stop here and gets the ball back, I anticipate we'll see more of that run game from Chesterton as those big offensive linemen start to wear down the smaller defensive line from Morton. Morton has to respond with some offense here. Get some guys open downfield. Chesterton sitting back with 2 safeties at about 10, 11 yards.
Here is Price. He will scramble now up the middle. Is slung down at the 29-yard line. Well, it seems like a shocking result so far if you watched week 1. I mean, Chesterton is ranked 188 on Max Preps. Morton is ranked 94th. But really, they only have 1 week to go off of. So, especially early in the season, a lot of things can change.
Early season rankings aren't worth a whole lot. Here, they've switched things up and put Bennett in the slot. So let's see, does that open things up? You got Lasserby out wide and Bennett in the slot to Price's right side.
Here is Price. He'll look to the opposite side and check it down.
All right, the short passing game. We got a broken tackle, and they picked up a first down. Let's see if they can start putting 1 or 2 or 3 first downs together and get back in this ball game.
That was Marcus McBride. He had 290 yards last year as a junior. Has his 3rd catch today.
So Morton back on script, going fast. They go back to that play-action pass that scored them a touchdown earlier.
And he tosses it up, and it's intercepted. It's Bradley Robinson, who's played all 3 phases of the game. A flag's down. This will be a flag against Chesterton, but the interception will count. Bradley Robinson has his 2nd interception of his career.
And that was unfortunate. Bennett just hobbled, not at 100%, can't go up and make that catch. Price put it a little bit too high, had good pressure coming from his back, from the backside, and just a bit of an errant throw. But again, maybe if he's 100%, the 6'6" Bennett goes up and gets that, but he's not at 100%. He wasn't able to make that play tonight.
Price a little off balance. Also had a guy right in his face.
Yes.
And just tossed it up. It looked like it was.
Sometimes you just got to throw that one away. We've seen Boyd do that several times tonight. Just throw the ball away. Live to play another down. You're not going to come back from 21-6 on one play. If you got to throw that one away and live to play the next down. Amari, again, he does have a lot of experience, but he's just a sophomore. The better play there would have been to throw the ball out of bounds and play the next down.
I think that was a legal blindside block. That happens a lot when it's an interception. But Robinson.
All right, so now does Chesterton continue to lean on that run game and just wear down this front 6 of Morton?
I have a feeling they're going to be seeing a lot of runs if they're up 2 scores. Posavich went to the wrong side. Boyd keeps it and will hang on to the ball at least.
Miscommunication there. They had the power set was to the field. Looked like they wanted to run power to the right side.
So it'll be 2nd and 13.
2nd and 13 from the 23-yard line.
So they come out again with the 2 tight end trips. They got a tight end on the line and 33, the big fullback tight end, H-back to the field.
Here's Bosavic. Will knife through a couple of governors and ends up picking up about 6. It's going to be a 3rd and long and a stop that the Governors desperately need on defense.
They got to get a stop here.
3rd and 6 from the 29.
Posavic has pretty much been in for every snap. Harper Brown is a sophomore, is a speed back. Didn't play at all on varsity last year.
2 tight ends check out of the game. 2 receivers checking in. Looks like Chesterton's going to spread them out. Don't be surprised if they spread them out and still run the ball.
3rd and 6. They play action rather, and it's dropped off to the tight end. Semadai will pick up the first down. Everyone was looking at Posavic, and it's an easy first down completion.
Again, going back to that play that they hit in the first quarter, the play action Or you never know these days whether he's actually reading the defense or was that a straight play action pass. But he pulls it and he hits the fullback 33 in the flat, and he's able to run a guy over, pick up that first down.
Somebody has 2 catches today, had 0 last year on varsity.
That's the best thing about these early season games. You see new guys step up all over the field. There's a good play by the Morton defense.
Posavec is tackled for a loss. Feels like every time, even when he's hit initially, he's pushing forward. And those extra 2 to 3 yards, they can really wear on a defense and keep you in front of the chains.
Yeah, well, he's a 190-pound running back, and some of those defensive linemen for Morton are 190 pounds.
Right,
so
right.
He can drive a guy forward. But as long as Morton keeps flying to the ball and you see more than one red shirt around the ball carrier, they got a chance. Got a pistol. We got a Wildcat, direct snap to 4.
Posavec will try to hit the edge. He does, and the pile continues to move. Posavec still on his feet. Just about a yard short of the first down. He was stopped at around the 45, and the pile goes for an extra 5.
And as you see, all those offensive linemen are over there pushing that pile. Chesterton is fundamentally sound. Those guys are at the pile. You don't see a lot of linemen looking around after the play. They're there. They're driving that pile forward. And it looks like we got an injured Governor on that play. This is where it starts to grind on you. The size and strength of Chesterton versus the speed of Morton. Looks like number 11 hobbled and coming off.
Makai Thomas, a 5'11 senior.
Chesterton's doing a great job of getting that ball in Ford's hand, whether they're handing it to him, throwing him the ball, or a direct snap. Here he's in the backfield with Boyd, and you anticipate short yardage, they're going to hand it off to him again.
3rd and 1. Savik in the backfield. Boyd will hand to Posavec. This time he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down for a loss.
Yeah, there they tried to run a bit of a power play, but Posavic's got to square his shoulders to the line of scrimmage and run downhill. He tried to bounce it, and the speed of Morton there, getting off those blocks and flying to the ball, stopped him for a loss. 4th down, and Chesterton's going to go.
4th and 2.
Execution, you got subs coming on and off the field. You're probably going to get a timeout here, yeah.
Timeout, Chesterton.
Again, those early season execution errors, Chesterton didn't have the right personnel on the field. It looked like they were going from their power personnel to try to bring another receiver into the game. Somebody didn't get the call correctly, and coach has to blow a timeout.
Crispy, golden, award-winning flavor. Strachan Van Til's fried chicken is voted best in the region. Perfect for any party. Skip the stress and serve the best. Order today at strachanvantil.com. Glad you could join us for Friday night in the region. Chesterton and Morton. It's turned out to be a pretty good game here in week 2. And to keep up with all things region sports, be sure to check us out on our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and at our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we are proud to still be the only game in town. 4th and 2, we've seen Boyd fake the handoff. It feels like Governors have to sort of sell out on the run to stop Posavec.
They do, and don't be surprised if Boyd, they call a hard count here and try to get the Governors to jump.
Oh, we'll see if they snap it here on 4th and 2. Boyd steps back a step and now punts it. No one is down there for Morton, so this thing's going to roll. It will go into the end zone. Wow, really smart play by Chesterton. We rarely see it at any level now, but the second, at least in my mind, like, Boyd's taking a step back. I'm like, he has to be punting, right?
Yeah, the quick kick there was almost executed to perfection. Boyd just kicked it a little too well. If they were able to down that ball inside the 10, that would have been incredible. But Morton will take the ball at the 20, but a good change of field position there for Chesterton. They're going to rely on their defense, and Morton's coming out in a tight set. We've seen them run the ball from this set. We've also seen that play-action pass. Let's see, do they try to run the ball and see if they can get a run established.
Here is Price. He'll hand it off on the reverse to McBride, who is chopped down for a 3-yard gain.
Again, that quick sweep there, you're relying on the blocking ability of your wide receiver versus the corner. And the corners for Chesterton have been holding strong, holding the point, making that ball cut back inside, and Chesterton runs to the ball, and they're very sound tacklers. Now they come out again in a spread set. They go with that trips. They really like trips to the field. Price in a single back. They move the fullback up for protection.
Here is Price. He's looking around, coming off the edge and sacked. Brought down, first sack of the game for Chesterton. It's Zane Westerlund, who had 5 sacks last year and has his first of his senior season.
Yeah, that was good pressure, forced him out. Mari's done a good job all game, either finding someone downfield or taking off and getting out of bounds. There, Chesterton was able to track him down. Looked like the defensive end from the backside just chased him down as he tried to keep his eyes downfield. Just no one was open.
Westerlund is the top college prospect for this Trojans team. 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 10. Price will throw short of the sticks, and tackled right away was Gaucher.
Chesterton just keeping everything in front. That trips, they're playing good zone coverage over that trips. You try to keep 4 over 3. So if they've got 3 receivers there, you want to keep 4 defenders. And they're keeping everything in front of them. They're not giving them a deep throw. And when Mari throws that short pass, they're running and tackling.
Well,
Now, as we said after the break, this punt is going to be interesting. This is a backup punter for Morton. Number 5 was the starting punter. He was injured.
This is Alante Clare, the junior. So Clare will punt and get away. Pretty good hang time on this. It is caught and hauled in by Robinson. He's going to accelerate. He lost the football. Loose on the ground, and it's scooped up inbounds by the Governors.
On the return.
Well, the Chesterton ended up with the ball, but it looked like the Governors had the initial recovery.
Recovered by the Governors.
Yeah, great play. A chase down tackle from behind, knocks the ball out, and Morton recovers. So, again, they get an opportunity. If they can pick up a first down or 2 and get the ball into the end zone, they can make this a game. Chesterton defense have to keep everything in front of them, keep being good, solid tacklers, and not giving up any big plays to the speedy Morton receivers downfield. We got an injury on the field. Looks like a Morton player down. We got coaches out there, coaches and trainers checking on them.
So we will take a quick break as you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Every great football game is shaped long before the final drive. It's built through preparation, discipline, and a plan. Retirement is no different. The closer you get, the more important every decision becomes. At Wealth Partners on Main, we help you build a personalized retirement strategy, so when you approach your retirement red zone, you can move forward with confidence. Because the best outcomes aren't left to chance. They're planned. Wealth Partners on Main, your home team for retirement.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. It's Brendan Gaucher needing some assistance to get off the field. I believe that's number 8.
So Morton back in an empty set, 5 receivers out. Cordero Bennett at the top to the wide side by him with the slot receiver inside.
Here is Price. He'll just throw it out wide, and the ball is loose again. And this time Morton hops on it right away.
That bubble screen again. The receivers are having a tough time blocking the defensive backs from Chesterton. Eventually, I'd like to see a fake bubble screen and throw the ball downfield because Chesterton is flying up to stop those quick screens.
I think that pass was holding by Gaucher. I'll tell you what, the 0 and the 8 on the Morton uniforms, I've been lost the entire night.
Yeah, that had to be number 0. That was 0.
So that was Mike Walker.
Mike Walker, the speedy Mike Walker. Trips again. Looks like Walker in the backfield now.
Here is Price. Will he look for Bennett?
Screen.
He will throw it short to Walker on a screen pass. Walker cuts upfield, picks up the first down, and is out across midfield to the 46.
Good call there. Good call. Chesterton been getting pressure. Morton does a good job of relieving some of that pressure by calling a screen and getting it to one of your speedsters. He makes a few guys miss. Now Morton's starting to put together some offense.
We'll see if that special teams play turns out to be a big one. Look like the Trojans were going to get the ball at about the 40-yard line of Morton, up 2 scores.
Now here we got a Chesterton player down, looks to be tying his shoe. Morton's trying to run offense, and the ref holds him up for a guy to tie his shoe. And all right, now we're going to play football.
We'll see if they wind this clock down at the end of the third or get one more snap off before.
Yeah, Morton's going to get a playoff. Trips to the field. Bennett, double team to the boundary.
Here's Price. He will keep it on the fake to Lansby. He gets swallowed up at the 40.
Quarterback counter picks up about 6. Omari's going to have to be effective with the run game. And we're taking this thing to the fourth quarter.
So at the end of 3, Chesterton leads Morton at 21-6. You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
You're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Friday Night Smiles are powered by Ethos Dental Group. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching right here on RSN, Ethos Dental is proud to support our local teams and communities. Ethos Dental Group, keeping the region smiling every Friday night. And that is a big loss.
Yeah, Morton tried to go with the triple option there. Murray kept it and pitched the ball out, and that Chesterton defense just flying to the ball.
That is a big loss, and will set up, I believe, a third down.
Yeah, 3rd and long.
Third and about 10. There's a possibility of being 4-down territory. Down 2 scores are the Governors.
Trips again to the wide side. Now they shift into an empty set with Bennett in the slot to the boundary.
Here is Price. He fakes the pass and will scramble up the middle. Juke and work his way inside the 40. This is 4th and short.
Good quick pressure from Chesterton. Mari stepped up into the pocket and took off. They waved that flag off, so it looks like it's going to be 4th and about 4.
And Morton will surely go for this. As Price gained positive yards on a 3rd and long. So it's 4th and 3 officially. At the 39.
And they're going to spread it out again. Empty set on 4th down.
Price all alone in the backfield.
Got a quick pass to the slot receiver if he wants it. Safety hammering down.
Price fires it short, and it's behind his intended receiver, Gaucher. And it's a turnover on downs. Chesterton's defense holds.
Yeah, so Chesterton baited him into that. It looked like that slot receiver was going to be open, but the linebacker stepped out, and the safety was hammering down on it and just took that right away. Chesterton all over that on 4th and short. They call that a stick concept. So that's one of those where the receiver maybe has to make a read and take that and cut out as opposed to hitching up. And him and Mari just weren't on the same page there.
So Chesterton and Hunter Boyd will take over. A pitch out wide to Pasavic. He'll break a tackle, he'll break a second tackle, maybe a third. He's going to still go.
Oh, my.
Pasavic down the sideline. What a run. Multiple broken tackles.
Well,
there's your chunk play. Unconventional. I mean, he dragged 3 or 4 Governors players with him as you take another look.
Yeah, just too many missed tackles on the outside. The young man is running through arm tackles. If Morton's not going to put shoulder pads on him, they will not be able to bring this young man down at 180, 190 pounds. He's showing that they have a bell cow running back at Chesterton.
That's dropped off to Semity. On the play action, they use Pasavic.
Yeah, that's that read again. The fullback slips out, and he can hand it to Pasavic or pull it and dump it to the back. And about 3 times we've seen them hit that play for a decent chunk of yardage. But when 4 is running the ball like this, all your play action, all your zone read is going to open up because all eyes have to be on 4.
This will be a hold against the offense. So finally the Governors catch a break here on defense. Yeah, I counted on that play at least 5 missed tackles.
Yeah.
And not just missed tackles one-on-one. Missed tackles when you have a couple other players on your defense holding him up.
Yeah, he's running through arm tackles. I mean, he's clearly been in the weight room. He's clearly been in the squat rack, and he is running through arm tackles. They're going to that tight formation again. There's the pitch again.
Pasavic again taken off. He's going to try to cut to the outside. That time he's corralled. Only a gain of 4, which for his game tonight is one of his shorter runs, as crazy as that sounds.
That's a short run there. But Morton was able to hold the point. Somebody was able to force that ball back inside. And, again, when the speed of Morton's defense can get to him, they can bring him down. But when you're one-on-one on the outside trying to make a tackle, these defensive backs are having a hard time bringing Pasavic down.
William Jones is injured on the field.
He's getting up. With a little help from his coach and his trainer, he should be able to make it off.
So to keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check us out on our social media pages. We are always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we are proud to still be the only game in town.
So Chesterton back out with the fullback, 33, and 3 receivers.
It was a high snap, but it gets to the main man, Pasavic. We'll take it out to the 25.
Chesterton looks like they're going to lean on Pasavic to take them home from here. The run game and the play action, hitting that fullback in the flat. We haven't seen the receivers make a lot of catches here. Second or third and long. They hit a slant over the middle. We may see something like that. But, again, they're relying on this run game. This is probably, depending on how many yards they get here, 4-down territory again.
3rd and 8. Another handoff to Pasavic. This time he stopped for a moment. He stumbles. That's the only way. And Morton has been able to take him down. He tripped on the grass monster.
Yeah, tackled by the turf. Tackled by the turf. 4th and medium, and it looks like Chesterton's going to go. Again, if they pick it up, great. If they don't, they're putting Morton's offense in a bad position, backed up near their 20-yard line. So great time to go for it here.
4th and 5. Boyd will throw it out to the far side. It's incomplete.
Incomplete, but not a bad call there. They tried to run a hitch at the sticks there. Good job by the Morton defensive back sitting on that at the sticks and able to get in there and break that play up. But again, no harm in going for it there. Chesterton gives Morton the ball near their own 20-yard line, and Morton has to put together some offense and get out of this bad position. You can't afford to turn the ball over here, whether you turn it over by interception or turnover on downs. You got to pick up a first down and get out of this bad position. Straight drop back.
Price will look downfield at Daniels. It was knocked away. That was Logan Leverens, who had the pick in the first half, making another play on the ball.
Yeah, good play there. Again, can't tell if they were on the same page. The defensive back was playing deep. Maybe 2 was supposed to break his route off. Couldn't really tell there. Double team again on Bennett at the top of the screen. They're playing 4 over 3 here to the trip side.
Here is Price. He will look for Bennett. Bennett catches it and will be ushered out at the 40. So it seemed like the goal for the Trojans is not getting beat deep.
Yeah, they're not going to get beat deep.
15-point lead.
Keep everything in front of you. Make tackles. But again, good job getting the ball to Bennett. Make the defense respect them. And hope that opens up some things here for some of your other receivers.
Price again throwing. Will look short this time, and getting drilled is Gaucher, and another tackle for Leverens.
Yeah, they're playing that zone coverage over their trips. Morton's going fast here. They're going no huddle. Now the trips is into the boundary, which is always tough to be. Trips into the boundary, but that leaves Bennett up at the top of the field by himself.
Price will look on the other side. He's got a man, McBride, who's got it in stride.
There we go.
Price put it on the money from 60 yards. Touchdown, Governors.
There we go. Got to take a shot downfield. You have to make this defense respect you. They've been keeping everything in front of them, making tackles. Here they take the top off the defense. And that speed of Morton eventually is going to strike. Coach did a good job of scheming up a play there, getting behind that zone defense over the trips. And if Morton can get a stop, they can make a game out of this. It's not over yet.
Tell you what, this is an important extra point.
Absolutely.
9-point game. Now remember, when Chesterton scored the last time. They went for 2 and they got it.
They got it. So they were able to even it up. They had the missed extra point earlier, but they were able to get those 2 points back. Morton has to do a good job here of getting these 2 points, making it a 21-14 game.
It feels like a more modern football thing to know what you need your next drive. So the teams used to wait to go for 2 till the end of the game. Now it seems like teams go for 2 so they know if they don't get it that they need 2 scores.
Yeah, they got to go for it here, and you practice these plays all the time. 2-point. And looks like we're not in the legal formation. Okay, there they go. They're going empty set with a short one. Watch Bennett on a crossing route as he's got that tight split. All right, a little bit of execution problem here.
Price.
We're in a quad set. Got 4 receivers.
Will take the snap. He is pressured. He's going to scramble to the left and take it to the pylon
there
for
we go.
2.
We got a ball game, people. The legs of Amari Price, the scramble ability, and also the composure to not panic when he gets out of the pocket is keeping them in the game. He's made a couple plays running for first down. He threw a pass to pick up a first down, and there he runs it in for the 2-point conversion to make it 21-14.
Price was just able to get the edge. That one pump fake to the linebacker that gave him just enough space to skirt past the pylon for 2, and it's a 7-point game. Now, considering the field goal situation for both these teams, you wonder if there's a possibility of an onside kick. Unlikely, but possible.
I'd be surprised if Morton goes for the onside here. Their defense is playing well. You don't want to give Chesterton a short field. The last onside kick was not well executed, but,
they caught them by surprise, though.
They caught everybody surprised,
Yep.
including the rest of the kickoff team. But if they go for it here, with 7 minutes left, I'd see them. They want to keep the ball away from 4. I think we're thinking squib kick here, trying to put it somewhere in that middle, and then if your speedsters can get down there and recover it, even better. But you don't want to give Chesterton a short field. You never know. You never know. It's early in the season. Coach has probably been practicing these things all summer. When you don't have pads on, it's a good time to get your kickers out there working on squibs and onsides and different things. So they may have a sky kick where he tries to bounce it and get it to go up high. He may scoot it on the ground, or he may squib it, try to hit it somewhere in that middle and get some of those speedy guys down there. I see number 3 in the middle. That's their running back, Lasserby.
Luis Tovar will squib it. And that is scooped up nicely on the far side by Chesterton. 2 hands on the ball to get it to his offense. Remember, this all started from a fumbled punt.
That's right.
The punt was received, but then it was muffed shortly after.
Yeah, a good chase down tackle from Morton, knocked that ball out. That squib kick there, I would like to see him put the ball on the ground a little bit more to try to get a bad bounce. He just kind of scooped it, and it got to I believe that's the same return man that got the last squib kick. So big defensive possession here for Morton, big offensive drive for Chesterton. They got to get some first downs and try to salt this game away, and Morton's got to get the ball back.
Pasavic, great balance. Wow, he's still on his feet. An 8-yard run. We've seen some spectacular stuff from Sam Pasavic. That time, it was a 2-yard loss, was almost stuck in the hole, put his hand in the ground, stayed on balance, and then drove forward for 8 yards on first down.
So he's giving me Cam Scatterboo vibes out here today.
He really is.
He's looking like Scatterboo tonight. One guy is just not bringing him down. And he a first down or 2.
Here is Pasavic again.
Just push that pile.
First down. Well, Cam Scatterbill, he wears 44. Pasavic wears 4, so he's got half of it.
Yeah.
But certainly just that Bulldog mentality. You can feel it from up where we're sitting in the booth on the field.
You called it, though. The defensive player, when he's grown up, probably being a running back. Last year he had to play defense. He's found a home here at Chesterton, and he's found a coach that's going to feed him the ball, and he's taking full advantage of it.
Savic again will jump cut in the hole. Another positive gain. He has 6 more. Well, I have a feeling the good news for him is he's for sure the starting running back for Chesterton. You would think the rest of the season. The bad news is he's probably not going to get to play defense. They can't afford him getting injured there.
Yeah, maybe in a nickel situation, maybe drop him back deep at safety, in a prevent situation. But no, he's solidifying his position as the starting running back for the Trojans.
I mean, Max Soffin, who is injured, was the projected starter, at least that we were sent. But Pasavic is clearly in the driver's seat for that job. 3 touchdowns today, a variety of carries. Has to be over 20 at this point.
Yeah.
Timeout from Morton.
And coach is just going to try to get another defender in the middle of the defense to try to stop the run here. They got to do something to stop that downhill power run from Chesterton.
5:38 to play. Is this a time as a defense that you start to really stack the box, you think, and sell out for the run? And if, Boyd throws it or he keeps it on a read option, you're in trouble?
Yeah, I mean, you got to live with that. You're going to have to pick your poison. You got to sell out to stop the run. Now, Morton is smaller up front, but they can use that speed to maybe try to slip a gap. If you've been taking a man on all game, trying to butt up with them, now's the time where you're going to have to shoot a gap and try to make a play in the backfield, because just man on man, Chesterton has them outmanned, but Morton's got to figure out a way to slip a gap, use their speed and agility and quickness to get in the backfield. But once you get in the backfield, you still got to bring the guy down. So they've had a few opportunities to bring 4 down in the backfield, and he's not making it easy for them. They still have a safety back from Morton. They got to get another defender in the box.
2nd and 4.
There's the safety creeping down.
Boyd will hand to Pasavic again across the left side. He will get 2 yards. And with that, we'll tell you at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowd Company's the insurance professionals.
3rd and 2 from the 40.
3rd and 2. Good stop there by Morton.
33 from the 41.
This is obviously going to be 4-down territory. If Chesterton can get a yard or 2 here, I'm sure they'll go for it on 4th and short.
3rd and 2. Under 5 to play. Boyd will keep it this time. He'll throw to his tight end, Semedy, who just gets enough for the first down.
Again, the trusty play-action pass to the tight end. Morton does a good job of tackling it, not letting it go for long yardage, but just enough to get the first down, keep the clock rolling, keep the chains moving, and keep Amari Price in that offense on the sideline.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. So 1st and 10, 2 timeouts remain for Morton. Hands off to Pasavic. Now he's just focused on holding on to the ball, you would think. I mean, a couple more first downs could ice this game.
Yeah, ball security here is key. They're going to sell out. This is where you teach your defense to hold the guy up. It's kind of unconventional, but here, the first guy in, you don't want him to try to take him to the ground. You want him to hold him up so the second guy can come in and punch and claw at that ball. So defenses practice this all the time. Here, you have 4-minute offense, but you also have 4-minute defense. First guy in, wrap, second guy in, strip at that ball. And Morton's selling out. They got everybody within about 8 yards of the ball. There's the toss sweep getting outside.
So Pasavic takes it outside, lowers the shoulder, and gets to the 29. And just as a reminder, to keep up with all things Region Sports, be sure to check us out on our social media pages. We're always active on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and at our website at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we are proud to still be the only game in town. And also stay with us after the game when we'll name the Proud to be Union Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit unionironworkers395.com. So we have a timeout on the field. 3:21 to go. Adam Oppenheim with Coach Boz. Well, Coach, I know it's also your first time in the booth, and feel very comfortable up here.
Oh, yeah.
Your knowledge.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot easier calling plays up here than it is on the sideline.
Yeah, you can never really be wrong here.
Yeah,
right?
And even if I'm wrong, I don't have any fans booing me up here. But this has been awesome. This has been a great game. Good offense, good defense, and guys are making plays out here. Coming out of that huddle, I'm sure Coach Henry Johnson, the defensive coordinator for Morton, was telling his guys, strip at that ball. They have to get the ball back.
2nd and 3. High snap. Boyd will keep it. He'll throw it. Semedy this time is covered nicely. That stops the clock. Morton did call a timeout in the previous sequence, by the way. They're down to 1.
Yeah, stops the clock. You take a chance with that flat pass again. Morton was in good position there, made Boyd throw the ball a little high. 33 couldn't get to it. So now, we're sitting at 4th down.
I thought it was 3rd.
All right,
it's 4th down.
We're showing
the chain gang.
Chain gang showing 4. Scoreboard showing 2.
And Kyle Stowers is showing 3. I'm going to trust my guy Kyle. I mean, hasn't been wrong. Hasn't been wrong tonight. So.
All right, timeout.
There's a flag. And
no, looked like Chesterton got the timeout in just in time.
So with that, we will take a break as you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
I can't believe I waited this long to get help.
High cholesterol runs in my family, so I know I needed to get tested every few years.
If I didn't get checked out, I might not have known till it was too late.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. Boyd will hand to Pasavic. He will cut it up, get near the first down, reaches. Looks like he came up just short.
He's right at the marker.
Yep, I think you're right. The near official had a different spot than the far one.
And it looks like he's down, holding that knee, and you can only hope it's a cramp and not anything more serious than that.
They're stretching out his leg. Sam Pasavic, who's been so amazing today. I think it'd be hard-pressed to find a better performance this Friday night. I don't know about the other scores in the region, but then a guy playing safety, team didn't score all last week, going on the road, and he has put the team on his back here tonight.
Absolutely. He's been waiting for this moment for a long time, the chance to salt the game away with the first down here, and this is the things you dream about here. He's right at that yard marker. You wonder, are they going to come out and measure? You don't see measurements a lot in high school, but, I mean, it's so close from up here, it could go either way. I think Coach Peterson's over there arguing for a measurement.
Tell you what, they've implemented like virtual measurements in the NFL. It's definitely different. I like the appeal of the chains. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? And they just, stick it down.
Yeah, I'm old school. I like the chains, when they have to bring out like the card to put it in between.
Little index card?
Yeah, that's old school there. But here, he looks to be walking off on his own power, and you can only hope that it was just a cramp and not anything more serious than that. As much as he's run the ball, if he's cramping up, we all can understand, especially going from not carrying the ball at all to being the bell cow and carrying it almost every play. But if it is a first down, you have to wonder where the offense goes. Oh, they are going to come out and measure.
Here we go.
Here we go. I haven't seen one in 5 years.
All right, Coach, I'm going to hand over the play-by-play for you to do this when this chain goes.
Yeah, so the chain gang's walking out, and, at this point, the mechanics of the chain pull, they may not even remember how to do this. But the ref grabs that chain. I'm going to say he got it. By half a football, first down.
First down, Chesterton.
Woo!
Wow.
And again, I spent the last 4 years arguing for measurements. I would say, ref, measure it. And they never would measure. But that one was so close, they almost had to. And with the game on the line, the way it is, I'm glad they came out and measured. And Chesterton, by half a football length, picks it up. So now that leaves Morton. I believe they have one timeout remaining, and Morton's got one left. Chesterton out of timeout, but Chesterton does not want to stop the clock. Morton's going to have to tackle the ball carrier. For Chesterton here, you want to run the ball in the middle. Do not go out of bounds, and I would be surprised if we see the ball in the air.
Well, the running back is now Semedy. So he's the starting tight end. The backup running back is Harper Brown. He hasn't seen any action tonight. I wonder if Boyd just tries to keep this. 1st and 10.
He's going to run it down to 2 seconds.
Hands it off to Semedy, who carries it with 2 hands straight ahead for 8 yards. I know Pasavic on the sidelines is like, get me in this game, right?
If he's healthy, he's going to be back out there. But if he was cramping up, they're probably giving him Gatorade and everything else to try to get him back out there. But Big 33 is going to try to salt this away. You wonder if and when Morton uses a timeout, but they got to sell out here.
Boyd, Semedy again behind him.
They got to get more guys in the middle of that defense. That safety over here, man-to-man on that wing back. At some point, they're going to have to sell out.
Handoff. Semedy
gets
tackled right away.
There we go.
In the backfield, the tackle is made.
And again, using their speed, shooting those gaps, getting past blockers, and blowing the play up in the backfield. They give themselves a chance.
That was Douglas Rogers, the freshman. So this is 3rd down and about 3. Last time out taken by the Governors. And one more first down, I believe, would end the game.
Yeah, Chesterton's going to run the ball here because Morton's out of timeout. So even if they don't get the first down, they're just going to run the ball, and they're going to let that clock wind down as much as possible.
But you can't discount the ability for Morton to strike fast. Both their touchdowns have come on long passes. You want to leave them with as little time as possible.
Absolutely. Chesterton's got to bleed everything they can off this clock and keep the ball out of Price's hands and those big play receivers on the outside.
And obviously this depends on the play, but if they don't get it, what are the chances they try to kick a field goal and go up by 2 possessions?
I'd say slim to none. I'd keep the ball. Okay. I'd keep the ball because a blocked field goal or some sort of mishap with the snap, I would keep the clock rolling here. They're going to run the ball.
Well, at least on 3rd.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they pick up half the distance here, I think they go for it.
Semedy.
Sell out. Good job.
Up the middle. Well, he gets about half that yardage.
Yeah,
so
good job by the Morton defense there. Now, Coach got a decision. 4th down and about 1.5 to 2 yards. They'll probably
4th and 2 from the 18.
Well, sometimes in this situation you see quarterback roll out, and if nothing's open, just kind of slide down. But then again, you're losing that yardage.
Yeah. And Morton's done a good job. If he puts the ball in the air, I'd be surprised. A pick six here just kills you.
Boyd will take the snap. He'll hand straight ahead to Semedy, who breaks a couple of tackles but is short with 1 minute to play.
Good job. This is what it's all about here. Friday Night Lights, your young gunslinger quarterback with the ball in his hand with 1 minute left, no timeouts. They got to work the sidelines and a couple guys on offense that have big strike capabilities.
Cordero Bennett and Amir Daniels. Marcus McBride has a long touchdown tonight. So does Amir Daniels. Cordero Bennett, top receiver in the state of Indiana in the junior class, which is the class of 2027. Mari Price has thrown a pair of interceptions tonight, but can make up for it with a game-winning drive. 78 yards away.
Last week,
72.
Last week, Lassaby caught a screen. Okay.
And a flag before. I apologize. 82 yards away. They're at the 18-yard line.
Yeah. And then it looks like it's going to be offside. False start.
False start. That's a big one. It's a 10-yard swing.
That's kind of seen that before. It's almost like the center flinches. And they call it a snap infraction. The center flinched and got the defense to jump. You don't know whether he moved. He might have sneezed, but he can't really move. But don't discount Lassaby on the screen or Lassaby getting out the backfield here. He made a big catch and run last week. Let's see.
1 minute to play. Amari Price trying to lead his team down the field. Morton has trailed the entire night. Price will look to the sideline. He has Daniels. He'll step out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That only took 4 seconds.
Good execution there. Good protection. He gets the ball off, catch and get out of bounds. They're not going to be able to work the ball all the way down the field running hitch routes, but just to get a completion, get some things going, that's a good call there. Now we got Bennett here, double team to the boundary, that 4-over-3 zone defense to the field.
Morton again has no timeouts. Price out of play action. He's looking for Ben. He's not open. He's going to scramble around. Price slips, still gets it away to McBride, who steps out of bounds. 3 yards short of the first. Actually, that's almost on the line.
Yeah.
About a yard short.
About a yard short. Good job by Price getting the ball away. He cannot take a sack. With only 48 seconds left, you cannot take a sack. Too much time will run off the clock to get another play in.
The key for Chesterton is pretty obvious. Don't get beat over the top.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done with these speedy receivers. 3rd and 1. First objective for Morton.
Safety's in the middle of the field.
Pick up the first down. And they do. Easy pitch and catch to Cordero Bennett. That's his first catch of the second half.
Chesterton is playing that safety in the middle of the field. You got a shot on the outside if you take it. With that safety playing in the middle, there's a chance they could go deep on the outside to the outside receiver and trips.
Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. The 34. Price looks out to the far side, scrambles, nearly takes a sack.
Got to get out of bounds.
And he is tripped up inbounds. Flag on the play as well. That came from the backside.
Stop the clock. Stop the clock for the flag.
Flag on the play.
Let's hope it's not holding against Morton. If it is, that will back them up.
And I think the initial indication is holding against Morton.
Yeah, Mari dropped back and he was looking to his right to take that shot, but too much quick pressure in his face from Chesterton.
It is a hold against the offense. I believe it's first and 20. I think that was on first down.
All right, we got a shot.
Oh, first and 17. Spot of the foul. The clock's at 37.8, so it's pretty much, it runs off the clock for the Governors, and they lose yardage. That's a killer.
I'm still surprised at this Chesterton defense. They're giving them an opportunity.
And here is Bennett downfield. He overshoots him. Bryce a little bit too high. That would have got them out to the 45-yard line. But he really had to just drill that ball in there.
Yeah, and he's got to work this short side of the field. Chesterton's overplaying to the wide side. He's got to work this boundary side here. Either short and get out of bounds or take a shot, but take the shot here to the boundary side. When they put Bennett over there, Chesterton rotates their defense towards Bennett. You got to use Bennett as the decoy. All right, and they've got 2 down here to the boundary.
29.5 seconds to go. The Governors need a touchdown. Price drops back, is going to scramble. He's going to get out of bounds and extend the football, but that only gets him out to the 32. It's 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Chesterton content to take that all day, fleshing the quarterback out of the pocket. He scrambles for a few yards. They'll live with that. He's going to have to put the ball up and let his receivers go make a play. 23 seconds left, 3rd and 11. Got a substitute offensive lineman coming in. They're bringing in the speedster number 0. Need your 2 best plays here. So, again, we got a new Price is out. We got a new quarterback in. Price is out.
And that's William Burns. I don't know if this is a design trick play or...
I'm trying to find Price on the sideline. Did he get hurt? He's standing there next to the coach.
It's a delay game. I wonder if Burns maybe has the stronger arm and they're just trying to toss something downfield. I mean, Burns was the JV starter last season, but has never thrown a varsity pass until you would assume now, unless this is a hook and ladder or a trick play.
I'm at a loss. Mari seemed...
Here's Burns. He is going to launch it downfield for Daniels, who goes up and catches it. What a snag by Amir Daniels, and the first completion for William Burns at the varsity level.
You got to kill the clock here, and Price comes back in.
Price comes back in, will spike the ball, 17.1.
That was something. Hey, what a way to make your varsity mark.
That was
the boundary, the short side of the field, throw the ball up, give your guys a chance to make a play. Who's in? All right, Price is in now. You wonder if he had a equipment use. I mean, his helmet didn't come off or anything that would have him come out for a play.
17.1 at their own 47.
There's
Launching
Bennett.
Deep for Bennett. Bennett hauls it in.
Let's go.
At
Now
the
they got to
32.
kill. Bennett's got to hand the ball to the referee. Don't toss it.
10.7 as the clock is going to start when the chains get reset. Price will have plenty of time to spike it for at least one play. He does with 8.1. The question is, will they have 2 plays?
Good execution there to get lined up and kill the clock right there.
Well, Daniels and Bennett have each had a shot on straight-up jump balls, and they've both come down with it.
Yeah. We've been waiting to see that all game. Here you got to have some kind of trickeration, like you said earlier. Hook and lateral, a shallow crosser to a pitch, something here. Just dropping back and throwing it. Chesterton's only got 2 safeties back, surprisingly, but it all comes down to this.
8.1 to play, 32 yards away.
Anybody gets tackled inbounds, the game is over.
Price, before he takes the snap, is his early movement up front.
Snap infraction. The snap infraction again.
So that takes him back to the 37. That makes it even a little more difficult. So if you take your one shot to the end zone, it could take as long as 8 seconds.
Yeah. Again, Chesterton's not, they've got that safety in the middle of the field. You got Amir Daniels here, and Amari can put it out there. Now the safety starts to rotate.
So Bennett, Daniels, and McBride are the 3 receivers. Price takes the snap.
Throw the ball.
Rolls out.
Throw the ball.
Is going to launch towards the end zone to Daniels. Incomplete. 0.8 to play.
Price's pass is incomplete, intended to Daniels.
It was right there to be had, but it was knocked away at the last second by Chesterton.
He had a chance. You got to give your guy a chance. You got to give him a chance. He put it up there. Good play by the Chesterton defenders. But here, we're going to get one last shot. These kids have been dreaming about this next play for their entire life. A Hail Mary to win the game. Chesterton still playing that safety in the middle. I think your best chance is here to Amir Daniels. The odds of Cordero Bennett getting into the end zone on that bad wheel. And you got to get good pass protection because you know Chesterton with the front 4 are going to be coming after him. They got 3 down. They'll probably bring a linebacker.
Daniels, Bennett, McBride, again the receivers.
They're bringing that outside. They're bringing both, it looks like.
Last play of regulation.
They're bringing heat.
Price, blitz coming, rolls out left.
You got to throw it.
It's going to launch towards the end zone. It is out of bounds.
Incomplete.
Chesterton knocks
Final
off
score,
Morton on the road. 21-14, the final in a thriller.
What a game. What a game. Literally came down to the last play.
He was looking for Daniels. A lot of traffic over there. On the play prior, it looked like that was the chance to complete the pass. That was very much a desperation heave. And that will finish off the game. So with that, we will take a short break and be back to close it out as you're watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
For 26 years, Armor Construction has been beautifying homes across Northwest Indiana. From expert roofing and durable siding to eye-catching custom copper work, Armor Construction does it all with the highest quality and integrity. Serving Lake, Porter, and LaPorte counties, trust the best exterior construction company in Northwest Indiana to protect your investment.
At Athletic Performance Factory in Highland, Indiana, we push you to be bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive. Challenge every muscle with our cutting-edge sand speed and agility training. Build rock-solid strength and core stability to dominate on game day. Rent our full-size outdoor turf field for team workouts and practices. Improve your swing, boost your field skills, and protect your arm with expert one-on-one baseball and softball training built around you. We develop the entire athlete, mentally and physically. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Every great football game is shaped long before the final drive. It's built through preparation, discipline, and a plan. Retirement is no different. The closer you get, the more important every decision becomes. At Wealth Partners on Main, we help you build a personalized retirement strategy, so when you approach your retirement red zone, you can move forward with confidence. Because the best outcomes aren't left to chance. They're planned. Wealth Partners on Main, your home team for retirement.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to Football Night on the Region Sports Network. It's time to name the Crowd Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowd Companies, offices open in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. The Lantern Man Superhero of the Game tonight was Sam Posavec, who had an absolutely monster game, Coach, including this jet sweep.
Yeah, he showed something. I mean, coming from off the bench, being the second-string running back, to being the bell cow today, Posavec really showed he showed us something. He ran past guys. He ran over guys. He caught passes out of the backfield. He was the superhero of the game for Chesterton.
He had a hat trick of touchdowns. It's time to name the blue-collar player of the game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. The blue-collar player of the game tonight was Marcus McBride, who hauled in the long touchdown from Amari Price.
Yeah, now this was a great throw and catch. Got behind the defense. You know, you wish you saw Morton able to execute on some more of those downfield passes, but that play there from Marcus McBride, outstanding.
And it's also time to name the proud-to-be Union play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. Sam Posavec in the second half just dragged bodies. I don't know how else to describe this run.
Yeah, the Ironworkers will be proud of this one. He broke 5, 6, 7 tackles, dragging guys, and, you know, just showing the grit and determination that the whole Chesterton team showed tonight to bounce back from that Week 1 loss and come out of here with a big victory on the road.
So Morton is 1-1. Chesterton now 1-1 as well. Coach, your final thoughts on tonight's game, which was, I want to say, it was an instant classic.
Yeah, it lived up to expectation. I mean, Morton had the high-profile players on offense, but they were banged up. You know, I'd love to see this game played with Bennett at full strength, and number 5 for Morton went down early. But, you know, when it came down to it, just one play each way. You think about the missed extra points or the penalties from Morton. When they get those cleaned up, they're going to be a high-powered offense. Chesterton showed that they can run the ball. They're going to have to show some more diversity as they get into their conference play. The receivers are going to have to step up, but I think they found a running game, and I think they found a running back tonight.
And that was Sam Posavec. Again, the final score, 21-14 Chesterton. Bruce to 1-1. Morton falls to 1-1. And lastly, we'd like to thank our management, executive producer Chris Ramirez, operations manager Rich Castillo, sports director Mike Dewan, producer Kyle Stowers, camera Israel Cuellar, our coaches Mark Peterson and Mac Mischler, athletic directors Jeff Hamstra, Sean Kinsey, Our viewers at regionsports.com, YouTube/Region Sports, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and the IHSAA Champions Network. For Coach Boz, I'm Adam Oppenheim saying so long from Morton High School. You are watching Football Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Broadcast coverage on the Region Sports Network is made possible by Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. Visit Michigan City LaPorte. Closer than you think, better than you imagine. Ironworkers Local 395. Proud to be union. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT. Armor Construction, it's time to armor up. Wealth Partners on Main, a partner committed to your financial success. IBEW Local 531, the electrical professionals. Sentier Bank, family owned since 1895. HealthLink, your community health center. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. KIG Senior Solutions, navigating Medicare with confidence. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.